everybody. Hey, the screen didn't change just yet. Hold on. The audio changed. There we go. Hey!
Sick.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to tonight's newest indoor adventure in the really real Ghostbusters, TerraVision, Part 3. Today is January 28th, 2023, and you are loved. That is a very important thing that we like to remind each and every single one of our viewers and listeners at the beginning of each and every single one of these games. If this is your first time joining us, you can go to youtube.com/indooradventures to check up on all of the VODs of each of the games that we have played up until this point, or you can go towards anywhere audiocasts are being made available for free. You can find us there under the same moniker. And speaking of things that are being made available for free, if you go to patreon.com/indooradventures, you can check up on our after show called Nights in the Courtyard, where we answer questions not only from the community, but also from each other. So if you have any questions from any of these fine folk or myself, feel free to join us again at patreon.com/indooradventures. Now, how do you go about joining that Patreon? I mean, again, it's free. You don't have to worry about that part. But if you join us on Discord, the link can be found in the Twitch chat to the side. You can just ask us those questions and questions for the courts. It's a great time. But let's say you already support us on Patreon. You already support us on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, all of those other wonderful platforms, and you're trying to think to yourself, where can I go to help support this fantastic show even more? Well, guess what, Acorns? I got your back. Quite literally, in fact, because if you go to indooradventure.redbubble.com, we got t-shirts, we got posters, we got mugs, we got crop tops, throw pillows, shower curtains, aprons, clocks. We even have journals and face masks. I swear, it's out of reach currently, but I have a hat and a face mask with the symbol of Tiamat upon them, designed by our very own Cyberwolf 1201. You know what? I'll get up. I'll do this for you guys, for you at home. The symbol of Tiamat, designed by our very own Cyberwolf 1201, where all of the proceeds of our face masks and our merch in general goes to help support Doctors Without Borders. So if you would like to help support a good cause, or possibly help to support the show, you can again go to indooradventure.redbubble.com. That is indooradventure, no S at the end, .redbubble.com. But that is it for my opening spiel. So hey, Ted, who are you playing today?
Me. Hi, it's a real stretch for me. I'm Ted, and I'll be playing Ted. And we both go by he, him pronouns.
All right. And Em, who are you playing today?
Today I am playing Mallory, an ex-archaeologist who currently has a gun. And Mallory uses she, her pronouns. I use any pronouns.
All right, hey everybody, it's me, SirHeckalot. Tonight, as per usual, I'm playing Natalie Collins, the naturalist who works at the museum we're currently at and is having a very strange night at work. Both of us use she, they pronouns.
And I am the indoor adventurer, he, him, and tonight I shall be playing as Maurice Williams. We both go by the he, him pronouns. Just kind of here to have a good time. Not having a good time with the tiger chasing after us. I think it was a tiger, right? Or was it a lion?
I think it was a lion.
We're
an African animal.
Lex will know. And speaking of, Ghostmaster, take us away!
Wow, I'm Lex. I'm the Ghostmaster. And this evening we are playing our ongoing campaign of the 1986 West End Games RPG Ghostbusters, the movie tie-in. Oh, goodness. Hey, did you like to read R.L. Stine as a kid and think, wow, I'm going to have nightmares? Well, in that case, the show might be too much for you, and I apologize. But if that really hit the spot, then that's what we're shooting for. So, hey, let's see here. Other things worth mentioning before we jump in and do our recap. Hey, if you're in chat and you're enjoying the show, thanks for being here. We appreciate it. You can interact with this show by spending channel points. For as little as 1,000 channel points, you can give brownie points to our lovely players. No to the person in chat trying to get me possessed by a ghost for $2. I'm afraid that's not an option. But the brownie points that you can give to players allow them to do such things as adding dice to their dice pool in game, surviving more damage, bypassing challenges, and leveling up. So golly, open your meta currency wallets, and please allow our players to just be more survivable, I guess. Uh, but yeah, I don't think I'm forgetting anything else major. Let's do our episode recap. It's been 2 weeks since the last time we played because someone had a spa day. I guess.
It was so nice. I was there for like 3 hours. It was a great time.
That was wonderful. Oh gosh, what happened last time? Would anyone like to talk about what happened last time, or shall I?
So last time on the really real Ghostbusters, Mallory showed up after going to the Coin King and finding out that the rest of the team was not there. Why? We had been called in to go to the Natural History Museum because something foul was afoot. When the rest of the team had arrived, some ancient Egyptian artifacts, possibly related to the King of Games, most likely not, had been stolen from the museum pieces. Now, as Ted rightly called, the mummy had broken from inside the glass, and the rest of the team at some point did indeed have to deal with the mummy, who told us that there was we were being timed. There was a timer happening in the background, and we were like, well, I guess this thing will solve itself in like an hour, I suppose. Mallory ended up joining, borrowing a firearm from one of the local policemen. You're guessing that it probably wasn't his registered firearm because, like, you don't just hand your registered firearm to a civilian. You gotta keep it sneaky. So Mallory has a firearm at this point in time. There was a burst of wind that sent Ted and Natalie to the planetarium where there was an anti-gravity thing that was going on. Mallory and Maurice had to fight wolves. It's just wolves in this museum. We ended up meeting up together, kind of investigating around. Maurice was a professional channel clicker, and discovered that there was a person in the monkey's room who looked like they were cowering in the corner and probably around the same size as the museum curator. And then there was the new intern or receptionist or Linda. There is a new Linda at the museum. And new Linda apparently knows magic and had holed up in the research area of the 3rd floor. Again, we're guessing. It could be the museum curator, but it's most likely Linda. And so we decided to split off into Team A and Team B, with Team B being Maurice and Natalie, Team A being, Natalie and Maurice, Team A being Ted and Mallory, who were going to confront the person on the top floor. And we were all like in the midst of doing this when a couple ghosts die ended up being rolled towards the end of the session. That was my recollection of it.
Yeah.
We had Team A and Team B. I forget which was which, but one of the teams, Team B, is headed to the 4th floor to try and find this person in the records room.
That's Team A that's doing that. B team
Right,
was
'cause
definitely
Maurice is
Team
always
Monkeys.
Team B, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Monkeys team is Team B.
Because wasn't Maurice always Team B?
Yeah, he's never on the A
Yeah.
team.
But yeah, so Team B is on the 3rd floor, right?
Yep.
Correct.
Yes. Going through the African mammals, going around the balcony of the African mammals exhibit, and they were really successfully sneaking until they got a ghost. And now there's a lion who's investigating what that sound was that it heard. Meanwhile, so Team A is on the 4th floor. They just opened up an elevator and saw something distressing.
Yes, Dinosaur.
Very distressing. But let's do the lion first. Team B, you two are hiding behind a column. There's a lion stalking towards you. It heard, I think it was like your walkie-talkie going off or something.
Mm-hmm.
Like it got bumped and there was like a bunch of static that came out of it. are you gonna do?
Maurice will lean to Natalie. Is this one of those creatures that we make ourselves look big and it goes away, or we stand still and hope that it doesn't eat us?
Well, it could go either way. When a lion charges you, you typically have to stand your ground. Actually, fun facts with Heck. That is actually what you're supposed to do. Most lion charges are bluffs, but you have to take the chance, which kind of sucks. You just can't run.
There are flashbacks to hundreds of Nat Geo magazines that have been like doctors' offices and waiting rooms, whatever, that are just like line attack, line attack, line attack. And you're like, yeah, you just have to stand in front, Maurice.
So yeah, like Natalie's kind of like processing all of that in her mind and trying to like look around the environment to figure out like what she could do and like what the exit strategy might be. Is there like, so what exactly is on this balcony? Is it just like, straight balcony, no exhibits around or anything like that? Or like what's around?
I'm going to consult my map here. Let's see here. If you came in through the stairway entrance, which is the southern entrance to the Hall of African Mammals, there is, I'm going to say that it is a balcony that rings this rectangular room. So there is obviously the way you came in, and then on the north end, there is a way to the birds area. The New York City birds area. Lovely. And even though I don't think this is actually how the room looks, I put a bunch of columns in there that you can hide behind and duck into. This is mostly, again, don't know if this is how the room really looks, but I'm saying for now, like an observation area. So there aren't actually exhibits on the balcony. It's just a place where you could walk around and look down onto the lower floor area where all of the different taxidermied animals have been arranged in displays. Right now, there's a lot of them, and they're all running around. Well, maybe not running around, but they're interacting with each other, and they're, semi as if in nature.
They're causing a ruckus.
Yeah, you don't know if there are any more on the balcony because currently, since you're like flat against the wall behind this pillar, you don't have the greatest vantage point. So all you know on the balcony is the lion. You know that if you were to make a big ruckus, then the animals down below would definitely notice. Can they all get up to you? You're not sure. Probably not the elephants, but maybe some of the other big cats could. Yeah. So you can either try and go back the way you came. Actually, let's find out. Is the lion behind you or ahead of you? I'm gonna roll.
Well, again, we did roll a ghost die at the end.
Yes.
See, this is when we start smack talking the lion, and then we say like, "Oh, he's right behind me, isn't he?" And the lion's just like listening, like, "Hey, man."
Classic.
So the lion showed up between you and it's behind you. So it showed up between you and the southern entrance to the room. If you make a bolt for it, as you just said, that lion's gonna chase you down.
Mm-hmm. You can't run from them; they're faster.
Yeah. These, as you know, these are taxidermied animals that have been brought back to life. Does that mean they have all the capabilities of their living counterparts? Maybe, maybe not. But you certainly know that it heard something and is coming to investigate. So, doesn't know where you are exactly, but it's getting closer.
Is this one of those buildings that would have like an emergency fire hose?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, this is another thing I should point out is that if you're like, hey, what if this building had this thing? And if it's like perfectly reasonable, then I'll be like, sure. And if it's a little outlandish, I might be like, spend some brownie points.
Okay.
But
if there is an emergency fire hose that has enough pressure that can be pressurized or like have enough built up, like we could even do the like one of us like squeezes the tube at the end and then releases it to have like the geyser. We could potentially, we don't have to use like the proton pack. We could shoot the lion with water because I mean, bad kitty, right? Like spray bottle, like that's That's Maurice's thought is like this is what he's pitching of as far as like, what if we just spray it onto the floor down below, and it's the leader of the animal kingdom. If it's if it's really the king of the castle, then it should sort out the rest of the animals, and if not, I mean, the food chain changes all the time.
What's your strength like, buddy?
You're with Ted, going up to team.
Oh yeah, no, I am.
Yeah, as far as my strength, my muscles is 2, but I have brownie points. So yeah.
My muscles aren't much better. It's like, if you want to go with that plan, I'm absolutely down. Like Natalie would agree. Though I do have another plan.
What's your plan? I wanna let's
Because like what sparked me was that the next room is the birds. And I like would totally be down to do a roll from this to delve into Natalie's vast zoological knowledge, to use knowledge that Heck has, at least, of using a very particular bird sound that predators around African savannas absolutely hate. It is the sound of the gray lory, which is also nicknamed the go-away bird. Because it makes this sound that sounds like somebody is saying go away and warns all of the other, possible prey items around that there's some predator. They absolutely hate it. But yeah, I would be totally down to do a zoo roll for that, though.
Yeah, I
Yours
like
is
the
way
idea
cooler.
I like the idea that you would know it. What I would have you roll is to see if you can mimic the sound well enough, because
Okay.
you're like, oh yeah, there's the sound. If I can just make it properly, then it'll work. If not, it's just gonna sound like you're blowing through your hands like a big doofus.
Yeah, it's a duck call instead.
Wow, that's not right. Let me try that again.
That's not it. Okay, yeah. Can I use zoology for it?
You certainly can. I'm gonna set
Okay.
this roll at 15. I'll set it at
Okay.
15.
Yeah, just in case, I'm going to use 2 brownie points.
Here we go.
No, are you kidding? Not only
The curse
did
has
I
been
not make
passed.
it, not only did I not make it by 1, I rolled a ghost die, chat.
Oh golly, the zoology roll
so
of 14
sad.
with a ghost die.
Oh,
Geez.
that one hurts. That one hurts.
Can you show for us what this call sounded like?
I really do like the what we were joking about earlier, that it just comes out like some type of strange duck call. Like, I don't even know if I can produce one, honestly.
I believe in
as a
you.
player, but like, oh my god.
I will do a
like, it
sympathy
sounds
quack.
like go away, so just go away.
No.
I think it, like, at the fail, Maurice looks at you and just exotic. Like,
Oh, that lion hears that and is just like, oh, tasty food.
Oh, yikes.
Jumps and jumps in front of you. You're pinned between, you've got the wall, the pillar, and then this lion. There's nowhere to go. There's just nowhere to go. Wow. I'm gonna say that because I really like the fire hose idea, there is still a fire hose in reach, but like you might have to like reach a little bit past where the lion's head is, and he's so I'm gonna tell you right now, the lion's in front of you. It's gonna pounce on one of you. What are you doing?
okay,
On Maurice.
can I attempt, if Natalie wants to do to grab the fire hose, can I distract the lion with a sandwich I would have had on me and use my bargain skill with this lion to try and like trick it with a snack to distract it. It's like when you're at the vet and they're like, here's a treat, and the cat's like, oh boy, I love wet food, and then you fucking stab it so that way you can give it the vaccine or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
you just want to like get it occupied with something else. So like Maurice would pull out, it's like an egg salad sandwich. It's not loose, but like it's one of the bags that like it doesn't have like the Ziploc top on it, so it is just kind of like it's open air sandwich, but it's not a loose sandwich.
Well, thank goodness. Let's
Open air sandwich.
my open air, open face sandwich.
Yeah.
Can I distract the cat with it, please? Yeah. So you hold it. You're gonna hold out that sandwich. Depending on how. So, I'm sorry. Is Natalie gonna try and go for the fire hose or do something else?
Yeah, I'll go for the fire hose.
Okay. So I want Maurice to give me a roll, and how well they roll is going to determine how easy it is for Natalie to get at the fire hose, because it's going to determine how distracted. the lion
Okay.
is.
What is to bargain with a stuffed lion to eat a sandwich from my pocket? What would you say the DC is on this? What is our task total?
Well, okay, so like I was saying, for this, I want this to basically modify
Okay,
Natalie's roll.
okay.
So just give me something, and how well you do is going to determine, oh, wow, that's really good. So that was a
Holy cow.
31.
Oh my god.
B team, baby.
The lion sees that this lion apparently loves egg salad.
yeah.
It sees that
more you
sandwich.
know.
It stops growling and just like leans forward and sniffs at the sandwich.
Oh, it's a sad dad egg salad sandwich. Like there are like chips that are stuck in it. The bread has been
course
like
there is,
purposefully
yeah.
smashed. Like
Oh, that Wonder Bread.
oh yeah, no,
The
it's
thinnest
Look,
of white breads.
Maurice loves Wonder Bread. He needs that. As far as he knows, it's full of minerals and vitamins. That's why
He
it's
grew
called
up on
Wonder Bread.
Yeah. Oh, that was such a good roll. Oh my god. Okay, Natalie, you don't have to roll to grab the fire hose. If you want to use it, well, first the lion is gonna get a chance to do something. But if you're gonna use the fire hose, you'll have to roll just to see if it knocks you around. But you're able to grab it because this creature is so intrigued by this sandwich. And on its turn, the creature is going to sniff the sandwich a couple times. And I'm gonna roll. Does it stay distracted?
I feel bad. I feel like this is a moment we could have befriended the lion with how good the roll was, but we didn't know. Still blasted.
The lion sniffs at the sandwich. And you think that you're like, wow, this is working. This is working really well. And then there's just a point where the lion is like, you're like, oh, the lion's gonna eat it right out of my hand. Look at this! Look at this! This animal is shaped like a friend. And then the lion just opens its mouth really wide to eat the sandwich, and at the last minute, you're like, oh, that's going to bite my hand off.
Yeah, it's just the quick zip back
And,
sandwich.
Yeah, so it goes, it chomps, it eats the sandwich. It tears at your suit something fierce. You lose 3 brownie points, please.
Ooh.
As you whip your hand back, you're just like, oh, and then the lion, which has eaten the sandwich in one bite, just resumes its growling. But that was its action. So what I need,
The distract witch.
yeah, you bought yourself a little time there. What I need is a roll from Natalie, because I assume you're just gonna open up that fire hose.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I need muscles. I need to make sure you're not like thrown all over the place when you turn on the water.
All right, we're gonna see if using brownie points is going to do anything. I'm going to use 3 this time,
Oof.
and hopefully I will not fall over. What am I aiming for?
Oh, for this, I would say just give me a 10.
All right.
You got time to brace
Hopefully,
yourself.
hopefully I have chosen enough. 16. Very
There you
nice.
go. And a ghost die of 2, so nothing extra bad happens.
Again.
Yeah, you turn on the water, it blasts the lion, which is not paying attention to you at all, so it doesn't see it coming. Hits it, the lion goes careening right off the edge of the balcony, falling down onto an elephant. The elephant toots dramatically, and the lion makes unhappy cat sounds, and and currently, for the moment, the way is clear to make it. Oh, we got a cat. We got a cat on
Kitty.
stream.
Hi, kitty.
The way's clear to get to the bird room. Nice.
Yeah, Maurice
Nice.
is he just like he's glad that the plan worked and that he didn't lose a hand, but there is just that see his shoulders slump a little bit, like he was saving that sandwich for lunch. Like,
Oh. Well, tell you what, there's a bunch of just random discarded food in the work fridge. You can raid that later.
as long as it's not fuzzy or growing a culture, I think we're good. Let's go. Yeah, Maurice he's down. Lead the way.
To the bird room.
You run towards the bird room.
There's not going to be any large-sized birds that can eat us in there, is there?
No, because it's
Eat us?
birds.
No.
No, it's modern birds.
It's not like a
Birds of New
shoe
York,
bill
too, right?
just chilling. That's a
Several-
modern bird.
Why would you say that?
several emu come out of nowhere.
Oh no.
No, you walk into the birds room. You run into the birds room, and it's a dramatic shift from the last room you were in. Quiet, serene. There aren't any birds in here. That's weird. There is, however, a beautiful painting on the ceiling. This is for real life. Of the sky, and the ceiling is curved. So it gives this illusion of being like the actual sky because the painting is so realistic. But there's no birds in here. There's string hanging from the ceiling where taxidermied birds had been hanging, you assume. You don't see them.
Wasn't this one of the
Oh.
rooms that was super busy?
I think they might have
Flown
flown
to
away.
Coop?
Yeah.
Maurice, you see just sort of again, they're the mustache bristles that that he's giving a little hint of a smile.
Mhm.
All right, so the birds have left. I don't know if that's going to be a good thing or a bad thing later. Good for us because they aren't going to be attacking. Maybe bad for you because you work here, and I think tracking them down is going to prove a little bit of a. It's going to be problematic.
Yeah, chances are, I don't know, people might. I don't really know how any of this works. Maybe we'll just find them around the museum, just back to taxidermied state. I don't know,
Just,
maybe on the sidewalk or something.
ring 'em up.
I don't know.
Bring it up to your boss. Have a scavenger hunt with the kids. Maybe that Carmen Sandiego lady, and then you go around and she stole all the birds. Go and find them, and then
The summer camps would love that.
It gets the
That
kids
is a
involved.
fantastic
Yeah.
idea. Citizen science at its best.
Maurice just
Wait,
doesn't want to do it
oh,
himself.
my boss. The realization hits her that this man is still being accosted by primates and 2 rooms over. It's we better go.
Yeah. So do you just hurry through the empty room towards the primate exhibit?
Yeah.
Cool. All right. You are running through the room. And you both see out of the corner of your eye in the ceiling, you think you see a bird flying up there around where the mural is. Or not mural, just, I don't know, painted ceiling. it's just distracting enough for you to take a look about halfway through the room. I need both of you to roll me cool. These are DC, let's say 15 for
Oh,
these
no.
checks.
I'm not very cool.
I'm not very cool.
Guess who
I'm not very
is?
Cool.
Yeah, we're gonna use some more ghost die on this. I'm gonna use. No, we're gonna use 3 because I still did not spend a whole lot last session.
Indoor got a 21, which means right. That was for this
Yeah.
roll.
That was for
Okay.
this.
17. Let's go.
17. Okay. You
Nice, nice.
you both kind of like looking up at it for a second. You get like some weird vertigo vibes, and then you both shake it off and continue running on your way. Making it into the primate room, of which there is a bit of a ruckus. There's so many monkeys in this room. Just, oh my god, there's so many of them. They're all over the place. They're swinging from these fake trees that have been set up around. I think the way the exhibits worked is the taxidermy monkeys were arranged on the trees around the room, but now that they are animate, they are just swinging around all over the place, knocking things over, throwing dirt. There's like
yes.
Dirt,
There's-
yes.
There's some monkey skeletons which have not animated, but instead many of the taxidermy monkeys have grabbed them and pulled them apart and are just throwing the bones all over the place. And in the corner there is a figure who is crouching with their hands up over their head. It's the far end of the room, so it's hard to get a good look at them. And they're making themselves as small as possible while these monkeys accost them.
It's like a little Charlton Heston over there.
Pretty good. Do you enter into the primate exhibit?
Okay, I feel like we have to establish some ground rules. They will attack to face. We can't show our teeth, right? Isn't that something that monkeys don't like? Like, they don't like smiles or...
That actually is a sign of aggression, yes.
Yeah, so we don't want to show our teeth or look too big. Really, I think it's like an act natural. Isn't that what the monkeys want?
if we could get through as much of this room just not being seen, like, he has the right idea of just like being as small as possible. If we could just kind of get by as much as we could, like, I think that would be ideal.
Do you think they know that the hand talkie language, like that Jane Goodall lady that she's been working on?
Probably not.
Okay,
I
then.
I don't know a whole lot of all of the history of these specific exhibits, so
All right, so the plan, just sneak on by, like we're part of the mystery gang. We can't say
Yeah.
Mystery Incorporated because I don't think that we're on that network.
yep, we're just supposed to be here. Sneak through.
All right. If you're gonna stealth, please give me rolls to sneak. These would be moves, I believe.
Mhm.
This is gonna be 20 because these
Ooh.
apes, these monkeys are all over the place.
And what does sneak fall under?
It's a
Moves.
moves. If
Alright,
you're
that
like
is one
Ted,
ready
that's
for
my
it.
that's my talent.
Oh well.
Sneak.
Oh no.
Also,
I'm
thank you,
getting
Raiders
real close.
from GGK.
Oh.
Thank you so much
Thanks
for
for
joining. We are
stopping
trying to
by.
sneak past a room full of monkeys. You know what? I'm gonna put 4 of my brownie points into. It was moves, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Here we go.
All right. There you
Okay.
go.
Yay!
Maurice is hidden, fades into the foliage.
He's read up on monkeys so much. He's
Yeah.
terrified. He knows like Homer into the bushes.
Gotta protect the face. You go into the foliage. Natalie, however, is not so lucky. Some monkeys leap down. At first, it's like kind of cute. They're like jumping on your shoulders, they're like Ukin, and then they're just like they're very interested in the different items that you have on you.
Mhm.
Oh no.
Yeah.
So let's see, what have you got on you?
Monkey with a
See,
proton
what do I
pack.
have? Yeah, the proton. Well, I mean, I would challenge them to actually try to be able to lift that if they're small
I mean,
enough to do.
yeah. But what do
Ectovisor,
you got?
walkie-talkie.
Okay, let's go Ectovisor or walkie-talkie. I'm gonna roll. Okay, the walkie-talkie. So one of them grabs the walkie-talkie and just leaps off into a tree. Uh, um, you now do not have that item. I mean, you can try and get it back from them, but gosh, what an endeavor.
Yeah.
Or you can try and keep making your way across the room. Maurice, you can also continue making your way across the room. You notice that Natalie is being annoyed by these monkeys, but not like attacked. They just seem like, oh, look at this person. I'm so interested.
We haven't shown any signs of aggression. We're literally like, we're in their territory. They can do it. I think Maurice at this point, could I use like, okay, so like monkeys typically like outside of Maurice knowledge, but also like it's kind of like locker room rules, right? Like monkeys follow who is the biggest, oldest monkey there? Like who is the monkey that is in charge? Maurice is going to
Unless the
try.
Monkey King.
Yeah, who is the Monkey King?
Yes.
So Maurice is going to try and actively just be as far away from where the Monkey King, because he is a bigger guy. He does not want the monkeys thinking that he's strutting in like, this is my territory now. So he's like actively like, okay, if I just play it off to the side, he's trying to identify who is this Monkey King in this room.
Yeah, there was probably a larger like an ape, let's say. Not like a gorilla, maybe
Like an orangutan.
Yeah, like an orangutan.
Ooh.
Orange boy, who's hanging around in the middle of the exhibit and like ooking at different monkeys, ordering them around. You can continue skirting around this guy because you succeeded in your role. If all your last round, if all you're doing is making your way across the room, I'm not going to make you roll again.
Okay. I want to make my way across the room, but Maurice is I think what I can do is that given, because I have the Alpine kit, obviously it came in such play here. What I am thinking about doing is, because I have to look at it again. Okay, I do have pittons. If I take the rope and I make like a pseudo crown with the pittons.
Oh my god.
To eventually, like, if I get captured by this Monkey King, like, Maurice is scared Planet of the Apes is gonna happen. Like, he's just like, yes, of course, Caesar, you can have this. Like, that is his idea, is to, like, quietly, like, in the way that, like, his daughter would have made a flower crown and he would have been forced to, like, learn how to do it as well. He's just like, oh, just basically, like, make a circlet with little metal pieces, shiny bits that, like, the monkey would want.
Okay, you can do that if a roll is going to come into play there if you have to present it to a monkey and see if it holds together. Okay. So for now, you don't have to worry about anything. Okay. But if that triggers...
I have rearranged my Alpine kit to be a fancy crown for the Monkey King.
We'll see how fancy that crown is.
I like to think that Maurice got by and like stuck by because he's just so terrified of these monkeys, and it's like kind of the opposite for Natalie, and that's why she didn't sneak by properly, because like she's less afraid of these things.
What is Natalie doing?
Well, she's rather annoyed that, you know, these little monkeys stole the walkie-talkie, but you know, they're probably long gone, like going up in the trees, and I'd have to climb at that point. I'm just like, we'll figure it out later. Just kind of goes on into the room.
Yeah, okay. The monkeys still know you're there. They're still interested. So if you'd like to try to get there's still some like on you. So if you want to like get them off you and get some distance, I would ask for a roll for that.
Okay. Yes, I would like to shoo the monkeys. Shoo.
Get off of me.
No more.
This could be moves. This could be muscle, I guess, maybe.
I'll opt for moves. That sounds good.
All right. This is probably only a 10. I don't think it's that difficult to
All
roll.
right. I'm still not trusting the dice tonight, so I'm gonna use one brownie point. 15. Okay, we're good.
15. You're able to shoo them off you. They seem interested enough in the walkie-talkie, especially when one of them figures out that if you press buttons, it goes. And now they're all playing with it, and they love it. It's their new favorite thing. But they've
Short
lost
flash to
interest.
the other group. They just hear the.
Random monkey sounds coming through.
Uh-oh.
The sounds of guerrilla violence.
Mm.
The two of you make it to the far end of the room. Yeah, there are some monkeys that are accosting this figure. It looks like, now that you're closer to this person, like a guy who's dressed in robes. Oh, he would see you. Hold on. Let's see what he
What is
said.
happening?
Placet auxilium! Placet auxilium! He keeps saying.
I don't know what that means, but Maurice, do you have any idea what that might be?
I have a good guess. Possibly. I'll roll for guess.
That's
Yes.
the test.
What's the number I'm looking for here?
To guess what's happening in this situation, this would have to be a 20.
Do it.
Utissimene! Placet auxilium!
Okay, I'll use 2 brownie points. Oh, 20 but a ghost die.
No. Oh no.
Maurice has a foggy memory of high school. Catholic high school. Getting rapped on the knuckles by teachers.
He
Being
wasn't
made to
allowed to be
learn.
left-handed.
Yeah, being made to learn Latin,
Oh boy.
which is definitely what this person is speaking. The ghost die, I mean, let's get that orangutan in here. You're just like,
Oh
you're
no.
like thinking about it, and you're like, it's Latin, and you say it really loud, and then the orangutan goes ooh, and turns around and looks right at you. And with that, we are gonna cut to the other group.
Oh boy.
The other group were in
Mhm.
an elevator going upward to the 4th floor. They had Detective Del Crenshaw with them.
Well, that's right. 2 guns. That's the
guns.
important thing.
There's a lot of firepower in Group A.
I have 6 bullets.
Yeah, 6. That's true. Keep track of your bullets. All right.
Oh,
Don't
I
forget.
am.
And the elevator door opened, and there was a Utah raptor.
Yeah.
The velociraptors that appear in Jurassic Park. Utah raptor.
Yes.
Skeleton.
Yes.
That was like at the other side of the hall from the elevator opening. There is like a utility closet or something, and this thing was scraping at that, trying to like bite at it, but it has a circular doorknob, so it couldn't open it because obviously you need to have the
Right.
the-
Yeah. Sure.
yeah.
They can totally open doors.
yeah, they can open doors, but not if it's a circular knob. So it
That's
was
true.
trying to, and then the elevator dinged and opened, and it just whips around and looks right at you and just sort of like crouches down like it's about to pounce. What do you do?
Oh boy. This is the situation. Let me look at my map again to see where we are on this elevator.
It's like Breath of the Wild, like danger happens, like fuck mini map. Okay, like where
Yeah,
can I get
alright,
to?
So we're here. This Saurian dinosaurs, and we're trying to get to the research laboratory.
Mhm.
Is where we're trying to
Yeah.
go. Okay.
And we had talked about going through the Lafrac Family
Yeah, Family
Gallery.
Gallery.
Wow, so nice.
That seems
I
like
know.
that seemed the safest of places. But that
It
was
seems
before there was a
safer than
dinosaur.
dinosaurs in dinosaurs.
Yeah.
It just happens to be that one dinosaur was in the hallway. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it as
Oh,
it,
the dinosaurs are gonna do what dinosaurs are gonna do. It's not your fault, DM. I
You're
mean,
right.
GM. I'm so sorry.
Ghostmaster.
Damn. How's Crenshaw handling the animate skeleton right now? Just out of curiosity.
Oh, Crenshaw's drawing his firearm,
of
and
course he is.
because we're all deciding what to do at the same time. So in the moment the elevator doors open and that thing is looking at you, you see
Yeah.
Crenshaw going for his gun. So his action is probably going to be that he's going to shoot it,
Yeah.
unless
Right.
you stop him, which maybe.
Yeah, no, I feel like this is I will proton pack at the ready to also potentially blast this, which is very sad for Ted. Ted's a fan of dinosaurs.
I mean, who's
Both
not,
Teds are
really?
fans of dinosaurs. So, does not want to shoot this fossilized skeleton, but it's threatening. So
It's threatening. I think I will also ready my little gun and just shout, "Aim for the knees!" Assuming it has some kind of knee joint leg supporting structure.
Yeah. Everybody opens up. 2 guns and a proton stream. Just
I love our team. Our team is the best team.
Just so anyway, I start blasting.
Like I might not be super muscly or movie, but I am talented at using tools. And what is a gun if not a tool?
A tool. Okay, so what I need is moves was what we use for firing, as I recall.
Yeah.
This is point blank because this thing is leaping at you. So you really only need a 5.
Okay.
Okay.
I can get that on 3d6. I feel like I could get that on.
I hope you can.
I've done worse. So
see how many ghost die we get.
Yeah, you had to.
So let's see. So my using tools is a muscles trait. Can I use that or not since it's moves?
I'll let you add the 3 dice for it. Sure.
Okay.
Take that 7.
All right, we got 7 and no ghost die from Ted. A 23 and no ghost die from
Sick.
Mallory. And let's see what the detective.
We got you covered.
Does the detective roll a ghost die?
Come on, Crenshaw. Keep it together.
No, he does not. And he also beat a 5, but he was rolling 3 dice, so like, come on, easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this thing leaps at you, and it's just like gunshots. Boots, roll D6 and see how many bullets you used.
Okay, let's
As
see.
you just
General
open up.
roll slash.
Oof. You got 1 bullet left.
Did I
I like
get it
that.
though?
Oh yeah, you did.
Yeah.
So yeah, all of the 3 of you open up, and just like this thing is leaping at you and just gets hit with so much firepower that it blows apart, and there's just like a bunch of bones that fly into the elevator and like bang off the walls.
At this moment, I turn to my companions and I go, "Do you think skeletons can hear?"
In response to you saying that, there is a roar from
Yes.
the dinosaur exhibit.
I
Whoops.
think the answer
We
is
should
yes.
we should go.
Down the hall and around the corner. But yeah, you also hear it's like, is somebody out there? What's going on? From inside the closet that is across the hall from the elevator.
Oh, wait. I'm trying to
Yeah.
identify where the closet is. Is that?
Oh, I mean, it's not on the map. I invented
Yeah.
Oh,
it.
okay, I see.
All clear. Come on out.
It's all clear. It's fine.
It's all clear. There's just Hurry, come with us. We'll help you.
Yeah, the door opens a crack, and somebody pokes their head out, like half their head out. And this is Sophia, the foreign archaeologist, Romanian archaeologist.
Do I know this archaeologist? It's a small industry.
Okay, so you probably wouldn't know them personally because they're visiting from out of town. That is part of
Okay.
the character thing. But have you heard of them? Maybe read about them in a magazine or read an article that they had written? Perhaps. Because everything's happening so fast, like if you wanted to stop and be like, do I know who this person is? Then yeah, I give you a roll. But I feel like that's not what you're doing right
No,
now.
we're running
No,
through the
I am still holding my gun, and I'm like, "What's your name? Are you Linda?"
So I'm Sophia Vladinov, she says.
Okay,
in
come
a
with
thick
us.
Romanian accent that I can't do, so I'm not going to. She's like, oh, okay. She sees you have guns. She sees Detective Del Crenshaw is also with you, who also has a gun, which he is reloading. He has one of the guns that has like ammo clips, right?
Yeah.
Sick.
But
Swap that
yeah.
mag.
So yeah, you run.
Yeah, I do.
Do you want the gun people to lead the way, Ted, or thyself?
Ted loves to lead the way.
I do. It's all in the name of ghostbusting, right? That's what it's all about.
Look,
So
it's a cartoon. He can't get hit.
Yeah, and also I'm really good at running. So
It's true. I'm not as good, so I
I
think
will
you would probably leave me behind.
I will beat
If you felt
feet
like it.
towards the Lafrac family, whatever it was, center or whatever it was, gallery.
The Lafrac family gallery.
And like I'm focusing on getting there, but I will casually look into the Saurischian dinosaur area as I'm running by.
As you're running past. There is a Triceratops in there.
Okay.
That sees you and is charging. So it's gonna be one of those things where it's not out of the room yet.
Yeah.
But as everyone's running past the entrance to that room, you just see, like, if the camera's in front of them, you just see this Triceratops skeleton just burst out of that room, maybe like slam into the wall at the other side of the hallway, turn itself around and just start running after you folks. So yeah, I do need rolls from everybody who is running.
Must go faster.
Yeah, Ted specifically has a skill for this, but
Sure. So, wait, which skill am I rolling? Sorry, I was like curiously Googling what was in the Lafrac family gallery in 1986.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that gallery actually existed in 1986, but
It did. It actually reopened right in 86.
wow.
Huh.
Great. It all
Yeah.
works. Okay, so
There are signs that say like coming soon, the Lafrac family, yada yada. Like if it's just
Ooh,
opening up.
Yeah.
Actually,
Yeah, because
I
it was
like
closed
that.
from 79 to 86.
Yes. So so it's definitely like curtained off. So you're gonna assume there's probably nothing in there. So that gallery at least will be safe.
Swag. Look at me researching.
Thanks.
That's that archaeology in you. What are we looking for this running situation?
I mean, it's definitely run. Run is muscles, right? Yeah, run is associated with muscles. So I need muscle rolls.
I probably can't talk you into saying that running is like driving the body quickly, right?
No.
Fair.
The best logic I've ever heard.
Have 2 brownie points because that was a hoot. Interesting news on Del Crenshaw's role. Let's see what
Del, buddy.
Sophia got. Oh no. Actually, not good enough.
Ooh.
Oof.
Ooh.
Wow. As you're going, you're like, it's just like driving the body.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
It's
you've
the
just been
cigarette.
smoking. You've
You
smoked
gotta take
two
another
Evelyn.
drag after you've like winded yourself running a couple steps.
Yeah, that'll
Yeah.
make it better.
Hang on.
So Detective Del Crenshaw rolled 3 dice and all of them came up 6s. So that was weird, but that also meant that his ghost die was a 6.
Yeah.
Oh.
Uh let's see here. Mallory failed.
Yeah.
Because
Yes.
this is like a cartoon, we got a cat on stream. A different cat on stream.
Uh-huh.
Oh
Wow.
my
It's true. Mine
goodness.
is asleep.
Ah,
Oh,
what a sweet boy. Because this is modeled partly after a cartoon, the big Triceratops is going to as everyone's running, it's gonna bump into Mallory's butt and just send her flying.
Ah,
So
my
you're gonna
cigarette.
please lose 3 brownie points.
Okay.
Which considering I just gave you 2, you've only lost 1. This is
It's
great.
true. Great timing on my comedy.
Yeah. And you are thrown into or actually no, I'm gonna have you thrown into the Lafrac family gallery. Through the curtain, you crash into some stuff. You probably are disoriented.
Okay. I
The
would be.
Meanwhile, the detective and the archaeologist who you were with, because he rolled a ghost die, but succeeded at running really well. He gets freaked out by the dinosaur, grabs the closest person to him, who I'm gonna say is the archaeologist, and blitzes into the other dinosaur section. So they have separated from you two.
Okay. All right.
Ted makes it into the Lafrac family gallery.
Oh, what if this is happening? So is this all happening simultaneously?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, technically, I guess because you had the highest roll, you're literally the fastest, so you make it into the gallery first, and then suddenly Mallory flies through after you.
Okay, because I have an idea. Because I have an idea of what I want to do when we're in a situation for that to happen.
But yeah, it's one of those things where like you find yourself in there, Mallory falls next to you, seems kind of disoriented, and you can hear the dinosaur outside probably about to collide with the entrance to the gallery, which I'm gonna say is a doorway that is too small for it to fit through.
Okay.
And it only then do you maybe notice, oh hey, where are the other two? They're not with us.
Okay. Hang on, and I'm gonna go back to the entrance where the Triceratops is likely gonna crash into it.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, because this is a cartoon.
Yeah,
and I know how this would go. I want to try to befriend this Triceratops skeleton.
Okay.
Because we're gonna have to deal with other dinosaurs potentially and a witch, and I would love to do that riding on a Triceratops. That's my new goal.
That's a very
And if
heroic
anything,
goal.
And that, I feel like my character personifying race dance, that's a race dance move. So I'm on board with trying to Chris Pratt down this Triceratops and just try to befriend it. So that's what I want to do.
You just do the hand gesture.
Yeah.
Rather than clever, it's herbivorous girl.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
So the thing that's going to be
100%.
tough. Yeah, the thing that's going to be tough about this is it is still charging. So you're basically running back out there as it's charging. You're like, I'm going to stop it before it gets here by doing the Chris Pratt move. Is there anything else? Like, do you have, as Indoor said in chat, do you have an egg salad sandwich? What is there anything that is assisting you in this endeavor?
I was gonna say if you're really nervous about it, there is the system that's in place where you can just spend brownie points to make it happen.
It's true.
let me ask you, what would that be to just make it happen?
Just make this happen?
Yeah,
A
you.
charging dinosaur?
Yeah,
Oh, golly. This has
Give me a
got to be
number.
like 7 brownie points.
yeah. I got 36. I'm doing it. So
Yes.
I spend all 7, and I'm just like, whoa, girl, it's okay.
Before you do that, I will point out,
Yeah.
for the benefit of the audience, in terms
Mhm.
of knowing the game system, and for you folks, remember, you can spend 30 brownie points and permanently increase one of your stats.
I do. I know that, and I thought about that going into this situation.
Alright.
But I also feel like to roll, it's gonna be like what, 25, 30?
Oh, this would be a 30 to roll.
Yeah, so I'm
Or-
gonna have to spend close to 7 to get that anyway.
That's true. That's true.
And
I
no
mean,
ghost die
unless-
this way.
Unless
Yeah.
my orate skill, which is my cool talent, I could talk to this dinosaur and talk it down quite literally. I'm you know what? No, I want it to succeed. I don't want the chance of random chance. I'm gonna go with 7 brownie points, and
Okay.
I'm gonna talk it down.
You did it.
Easy girl. It's
Yeah,
okay.
you do the is it just the Chris Pratt thing? Is there any other method that you're using to
Well,
calm
and
things down?
I'm just gonna be like talking quietly, soothing, trying to like, it's okay. It's all gonna be okay. There's nothing to worry about. We're gonna get through this. And then like if it starts to like run close, I kind of want to like, even if it's gonna start to like run by me, we'll do like the like Alan Grant caressing the frill, right? Jurassic Park one when it the sick Triceratops. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's gonna be okay, girl.
Yeah,
I assume.
probably
I'm
like
gonna just
it's running up to you, you have your hand out, and it sort of like it stops short and like rears back, and then you're like, shh. And you give it like a little pat, and it starts like calming down a little bit. I mean, it's a herbivore. It doesn't want to eat
yeah.
you.
It's okay.
You've successfully calmed down.
I love this.
the
Could it be more of a Ted dream scenario than this happening in a Ghostbusters RPG? No. Okay. This is like all of my childhood dreams ever coming true in one moment.
Wow.
So yeah, and I'm just gonna be like, shh, and I'll just look in, and they'll be like, it's okay, Mallory, I got this.
Mallory, you've got like a paint bucket on your head or something, because that you like lift up, and you're like, oh, everything seems to have calmed down a bit.
We seem to have lost the other 2 though. I don't know where they're at.
I'm disoriented. Huh? Other 2? Should we find them?
Maybe.
That detective might have more bullets.
That is true.
More bullets. I need more bullets. I need to borrow
yeah.
more bullets.
Yeah, and then I'm going to attempt to ride this Triceratops skeleton.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. I mean, when in Rome.
Sure.
Or when in the dinosaur exhibit, I guess.
Yeah. You're able to get up onto the Triceratops. It's not particularly comfortable. It's very bony.
Yeah.
But
it's okay.
And you hear other dinosaur noises coming from the dinosaur exhibit. Several more Utah raptors. Let's say 3 more Utah raptors come out, are looking at that Triceratops, looking at you folks, a little weirded out that someone is riding the Triceratops, not sure exactly what to do. Probably don't see Mallory because Mallory is behind a curtain still in the family gallery.
Do we hear screams by chance of like a Romanian archaeologist or
Romanian
gunfire?
Screams?
Or gunfire from the
gunfire,
trigger-happy detective.
You actually don't.
Oh.
Okay.
I don't know if that's good or bad.
Maybe they didn't encounter any resistance, or they just were defeated, knocked out immediately.
Yeah.
You know that they ran in another direction. But they also saw the map, so it's not like, and this map, it does loop around, so they
Mhm.
can actually, if they go the other way, they can make it to the research library as well.
Okay.
It's just a longer route.
Yeah. I'll just look to Mallory and be like, oh, we should probably get going. Come on.
Like, yeah,
Hop
you're
on.
right. Let's go.
Let's go.
Like, you know what? Never mind. I'll save that for
Yeah.
later.
Is Ted, are you going to continue riding your dinosaur?
Yeah, I want to ride it around the whole, instead of going through the Lafrac family gallery, I want to go down and basically go through the other dinosaur exhibits, the primitive mammals, the milestone hall of advanced mammals, and just go around in a circle and just ride through on this galloping bone triceratops.
Very swag.
Let's see how the Raptors feel about that. Do they feel like it's worth coming after you, or do they feel like it's not worth it because you're on this giant creature that they don't know if they can necessarily defeat?
Yeah, that's fine.
No, the Raptors are just like they sort of like are nipping at the heels of the Triceratops a bit, and the Triceratops kind of gives them like a tail whip.
Yeah.
And then they're just like, I don't know about that. And they sort of like dart away back down into the main dinosaur exhibit.
This is the best thing ever.
So Mallory can get up on the back of the dinosaur behind Ted, and you folks can just make it over there.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Just ride right over. And I'm assuming the research, just looking at the map, is the research library. How big of an entrance do we have?
You're not going to be able to fit the Triceratops.
Damn it. That would have been, man, you want to talk about an entrance riding through into the research lab on a dinosaur proton pack stream ablazing. It's about as best as one could hope for.
Well, it's true.
That's fine. Even if I just had to do it just to get through, to avoid everything else on the way there, it feels worth it.
I mean,
well, also, like, then you have a Triceratops just outside.
Exactly.
So hopefully dissuade other creatures.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I mean, it can really fit through any entrance if you just roll a high enough muscles roll. Bash through it.
I mean, those ribs just kind of pull them in a little bit. It's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my goal, Lex, is to just ride this dinosaur through all of these other exhibits all the way to the research lab. Keeping an eye out for the other two, but like my goal is to just enjoy and revel in the moment of riding a dinosaur.
I want you to give me a cool roll because nothing's cooler than this. And I want you to be able to basically be like, hey, any other taxidermied animated animals, don't come after me. I'm too badass. You could definitely add 3 dice to it because you have the dinosaur. So
Ooh. Would you also perhaps quantify this as borrowing a dinosaur?
No, you didn't borrow it. You didn't borrow it.
No. What do you call it? Driving?
Yes, it would
it's a
be
vehicle.
Driving a dinosaur.
All right, here goes my cool roll.
Look, Boots, just borrow another dinosaur, and then you both have
17.
17, sure.
Talking a lot of sense.
Borrow another dinosaur. Oh, cat.
He loves this plan. It's been pumpkin approved.
Good. So yeah, you are wandering through, and there's like some other smaller dinosaurs, like skeletons and stuff, that are just like looking up and like, I don't know if I want to deal with that. There's like some other older fossils, like some trilobites or something, who just skitter away.
Yeah, get out of here.
And what other things would be in there? Some primitive mammals. Oh, there's probably a saber-toothed tiger in there somewhere.
Yeah.
That's just like that's giving you the growl, but doesn't come close. I'm not gonna deal with the advanced mammals hall. That's too much. But you're
I don't
gonna
even know
get
what that
to
is.
yeah, the advanced mammals. It's just people.
Just
How
people, yeah.
advanced could a mammal be? $10?
Oh God, I've got to tell you during the break. I got to tell you about a test game of Ghostbusters, or not a test game, but a casual game of Ghostbusters I ran for some people on Wednesday. It was very fun.
Sick.
But
Yeah.
so you're making your way downtown, and you get to the research library, past vertebrate origins, and some nice bathrooms, and you hear coming from within people yelling,
People,
and
multiple.
people yelling, and
Curious.
a strange spectral light.
Game time.
Team die. Dismount.
Yeah,
With the proton
dismount.
bag.
I'll again reassuringly pat the frill of this Triceratops and be like,
The bone frill.
Okay, I got a question. Do you want to dismount or do you want to Kool-Aid Man your Triceratops through the wall?
I mean, that's what I want to do. Yeah.
Well, like I said earlier, any doorway is big enough if you roll high
right.
enough on your muscles to burst through it.
Okay.
However, we don't get paid as much because we destroy a lot of property. We already annihilated it. But it's one of those, like, we've already blown up a velociraptor. What's a door?
True.
Exactly.
It's true. It's
Yeah.
true.
All right. If
Compelling.
I feel like we can do this. Ted feels like we can get through this door. I want to push her to just blast through this thing.
All right.
Running charge. Use those horns. Let's go.
Okay. Muscles with the 3 dice for the dinosaur.
Okay. I'm gonna spend a singular brownie point on this, and we're gonna hope for 6 dice to bash through this door. Here we go. Come on, baby. 17.
Yeah, I think a 15 would be a reasonable DC for this, considering
That's
the
my
size
girl.
of the creature. You burst through.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kool-Aid Man burst through into the research library, books flying everywhere. In the research library, there is curator Peter Reynolds standing over a table with an ornate book open in front of him. Also,
Linda,
Detective
I'm
Del
sorry.
Crenshaw standing there pointing a gun at Peter Reynolds. Also, archaeologist Sophia Vladinoff standing behind Detective Del Crenshaw cowering in fear. Also, spooky spectral lights and wisps of smoke extending from the pages of the book.
Is there lighting in this room? Like, are the lights on? Or is it mostly
Yeah,
just
they're probably
spooky?
like flickering wildly as all of this supernatural energy is permeating out.
Ooh.
And with that, we're going to cut back to Team B.
The Monkey King has seen us.
The Monkey King has seen you. A man was speaking Latin, and the Monkey King has seen you.
Out of contact Ghostbusters.
The Monkey King, the orangutan, big orange boy, swinging towards you. Is it time to use the crown?
Ooh.
I was writing down that quote because I love a man was speaking Latin and the Monkey King has seen them. That's like phrases that have never been uttered before.
Yeah.
I'm glad I was here for this. I think so Monkey King is swinging towards us.
Mhm.
Right? I think he before I get to that, I understood parts of the Latin.
Yep.
what was this guy saying?
Something about help. I think he just needed help, and there was something about monkeys.
Close enough. Yeah, so Maurice is going to try his best. And this would be a fun thing for the voice actor for Maurice. Of Latin, but with a Chicago accent.
Oh my god.
That's also like broken Latin. Obviously he hasn't practiced in forever. But he is going to try and like get in front of whoever this Latin dude is.
He's not Latin. He's speaking Latin.
Yeah.
He's not from Brazil.
You're right. Yeah. No, so for this ancient figurehead, Maurice is going to try and step in front, and will like get his crown together. And Natalie, like, you haven't seen this thing that Maurice is making, but it's just like a weird circlet with all of like the pittons. It doesn't look great.
Yeah, I mean, Natalie will just look very curiously like, when did he make that and why? So confused. Abject confusion.
It's like the
on her
people who are
face.
able to like build a deck over the weekend. You're like, when did you have time for that? Yeah, Maurice is he is getting ready to like kind of like present this to the Monkey King in the hopes that it placates their majesty.
Yeah. The monkey king is swinging towards you, and all the little monkey vassals, their simian court is sort of like coming with them, because it's, you know, the orangutan is like, this is the thing that's important, and all the other monkeys are like, yeah, let's go check that out too. There's also a ring-tailed monkey with the walkie-talkie, just like pressing the button repeatedly as it's like, yeah, this is great. He comes towards you. I'm gonna need a roll now. Roll for crown, please. This is cool. I think this is cool, right?
God, I hope it's cool. Would this be bargain? Would this be a bargain? We're bargaining for our lives with this monkey crown.
That's true. You're offering a gift. Yeah. Let's. That makes sense.
Okay. And
this is not an easy roll though, because this crown is made out of rope. This is gonna be a 20.
Okay. You know what? We're going for broke. I'm not going to use any more brownie points because I only have 8 available at this moment. I'm hoping the job goes well. No! Got 19.
This has happened so many times this session where we're off by just
20.
1 or 2.
1 point. Rolled a 19. We're needing a 20 with 76. Oh, so likely.
I know, right?
Hey, reminder, audience. Don't let the characters lose. Please buy them some brownie points with your channel points. 1,000 channel points gets 1 brownie point. There were some specials too that I don't remember, but
it's deals. Like if you want to buy multiple brownie points. Hey, tall guy, you gave us brownie points. Thank you, tall guy. Just let us know where you want those points to go.
4 brownie points. Who are they going to? 1 each? All of them to Maurice? He needs them.
Yeah, so he's it's 19, so I think like it goes relatively well, and then it the king like picks it up onto his head, and then it falls apart.
Then it falls apart. And the other monkeys start laughing at him, and he just can't abide that.
Oh no.
He's so mad. Maurice smiles awkwardly, which it turns out was the worst thing to do.
I was gonna say, because his
tracks.
like
This is
awkward
perfect.
reaction is to like bare his teeth a little bit in a grimace. And
Oh no.
Have you
well,
all
Adore,
seen
you
the
did get
video
those.
of the panda bear ripping a dude's shirt off from the bars?
No.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah, it's a weird
What?
open air zoo kind of thing where there's no glass separating the exhibit. It's just metal bars, and there's a dude leaning up against it smoking a cigarette, and this panda comes by and just tears his jacket off.
What?
Yeah, this panda just
A
straight up tears it.
panda.
So I feel that's
still a bear.
Maurice is wearing this brightly colored coat, his windbreaker over his jumper. I feel like if the crown is failing, Monkey King's gonna take something else from him.
Yeah, no, so the Monkey King is so upset, goes up to you, grabs you, picks you up, turns around, and throws you into the other group of monkeys.
We're getting a lot of airtime this episode.
I know, right?
We
I
really
mean,
are.
It's just sort of my go-to. Lose 3 brownie points.
Lose
As you
2?
collide with a tree.
2 or 3?
I'm sorry, what?
2 or 3 brownie points.
3.
Okay, 3. Okay.
You're still netting 1 from Tall Guy, so that's good.
And Barsave the Whales said trust in cartoon physics, Maurice, and then awarded me a brownie point.
Yes, very good. So ouch, that hurt. Now these monkeys are all over you. Tell me, what are the items you're holding?
The items that I was holding were...
I'm sorry, let me rephrase that. Tell me, what are the items you were holding?
The items that I was holding: my ecto visor,
Gone.
my alpine gear, all of the alpine gear,
Alpine gear might, maybe not all of it, but some of it might be gone.
my proton pack.
Proton pack is hard to take off.
However,
So-
I was thrown into a tree while wearing said proton pack.
Yeah, that's true. If you had rolled a ghost die, then we'd be talking about your unlicensed nuclear accelerator exploding. But we're not gonna worry about that right now.
Okay.
I would like. Actually, you know what? Before anything else happens, I would like to know what. Oh my gosh, that cat is so comfy.
So comfy.
I
Pumpkin
can't
has a
even handle it.
stroller just for him.
What a sweet boy. So what I would like to know is what Natalie is doing when this happens.
Yeah, I've been
Oh,
just
I
staring at my
I'm also going to point out that the man who is now standing up, you can, now that you have a good look at him, he is slightly translucent. He's like a little opaque. Maybe he's like 90% there. And he is dressed in a toga, and he has short, curly, oily hair, good jawline, and yeah, he sees you and he's like, Carrere de Bemis, and he just points towards the door to the exit of the room.
You see, and she kind of vaguely understands, we want to get out, can't leave this one behind. And she just points where Maurice is just amongst the monkeys.
Just leave him.
And no, I have been just staring blankly at my character sheet of what to do for the last couple minutes. But here's what I'm going to try. In the midst of the chaos of them directing their attention towards Maurice, Natalie wants to maybe get to the highest point that she can in this room, wherever that is, where there's a tree or something like that. She's gonna take one of the bones and just try her best to make some type of display of either strength or aggression or something to become queen of the monkeys.
Monkey
And-
queen.
And maybe convince them to let Maurice go.
Need to assert monkey dominance.
Yes.
My queen.
Alright.
Does she know Dwayne?
Perhaps. We'll see how this roll goes. Maybe I know Dewey.
Look,
Uh,
if you leave Maurice, then there will be like an end of adventure scene where he's just like George of the Jungle surviving amongst the monkeys. Like, you have that on your plate. I'm just
I
saying.
love that. Okay, so it's a win-win either way then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, what am I gonna set this DC at? It's gotta be like a 15 or a 20, right? This is like you're trying to be like, no, I am the greatest monkey.
I mean, just blast with your proton pack and show them that, like,
Advanced
The
tools.
ultimate dominance.
yeah, like if you shoot like a light fixture and it starts like raining sparks, they're all gonna get scared as hell.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Okay, so then that's a couple of different types of moves on the table then. Because like we could use moves to just shoot the proton thing
Yep.
then. I would also like be totally fine doing convince because that is my cool talent.
Oh, that's interesting.
Getting up to somewhere high could be jump, which is a muscles thing. So like I'm okay with whatever.
I think overall this is probably convince, and the other things are things this is how it actually happens, right?
Okay.
Rather than you talking about it. Because it's not like you're gonna have a conversation with these monkeys to
Yeah.
convince. So yeah, I would say it's the role itself is probably convince.
Okay, I got it. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use 2 brownie points for this, and hopefully it will work. 29. Let's
Nice.
There we
go.
go.
That is
There's
a
that
great
zoology
roll.
Yes.
skill.
Dang.
Yeah, you
Ooh,
you
ooh.
climb up and shoot one of the light fixtures with your proton pack, and it explodes and sparks fall down, and all the monkeys see you, and I'll just stop. They stop trying to tear the proton pack off of Maurice. Maurice, the next time you try and use the Alpine gear, maybe we'll roll randomly to see if like you're like, wait, no, I don't have this thing that I thought was with the pack.
Yeah, I
of
only have the
Alpine gear.
Lederhosen now.
Yeah. But otherwise, yeah, you've only lost your goggles, and because that roll was so good, you've inspired this Roman gentleman. They say, "Naquis post tergum," and then raise their hand into the air, and then run past the. They run through the orangutan, which goes like "ook," and is very distraught by that. And they run over to Maurice and grab him, becoming solid enough again. This Roman man gathers you up in his arms, and pulls you out of the away from the crowd of monkeys towards the exit of the room.
As this general is coming and Maurice is like fighting off monkeys, there's like get your hands off me, you dang dirty apes! Like trying like his best.
Yeah, the Roman is just saying "Liquid TV" to you as he's taking you back across the room. I found an English to Latin translator. I'm using the English to
I
Latin
was gonna
translator
say,
on
like,
Google.
dang, nice.
Duolingo? You rocking it?
No, I'm just punching. I'm just like, what is a line that this guy would say? Okay, and then I just punch it in, and then I say it. I'm probably mispronouncing a lot of the Latin. But
Our native Latin speakers are going to be so upset with you.
this dead language. People are very particular about it. Yeah, you can now leave the room because the monkeys are
Getting
not
out.
gonna chase you. They're too freaked out.
I'll let this strapping Greco-Roman ghost escort me away.
I assume Natalie will follow.
Mhm.
Okay. As you exit out of the room, the Roman puts you down, and they touch their hand to their chest, and they say, "Titus Aurelius."
Oh,
And touches hand to chest. Maurice.
Natalie.
And then like start like kind of look at Natalie like, what do we do we bust this guy? Like, we kind of just saved a ghost. It is Marcus Aurelius.
It's not Marcus. It's
Yeah.
Titus
Or
Aurelius.
Titus Aurelius,
You
yeah.
know, we might be able to decide that, like, after the museum
We'll put it to a
isn't an
vote.
entire
We'll put it to a
chaos.
vote.
Hmm.
He seems
Yeah, we'll
nice.
put him.
Vote.
We'll put a
Seems
pin in
cool.
it.
This guy seems cool.
Yeah.
Gosh. You head out of that room towards, where were you going? I've forgotten. Towards the, oh no, actually you were just trying to rescue this guy.
Yeah,
That's
so
what
we
you were
can
doing
go
on
to the
third floor.
research library. Like, there's stairs at the end of the primates, so we could
Yeah.
just take those stairs and then
You can
Go on up.
round the corner to head up the stairs. As you do, you hear shouting, people shouting, and you see the lights in the hallway begin to flicker wildly. And you round the corner, you see your girl Linda, disoriented, woozy, holding a flute, setting themselves against a wall at the other end of the hallway. The mummy. Spooky, real Boris Karloff energy, walking down the hallway. And everyone's favorite night security guard, Gus.
Gus.
Gus comes out. He was hiding in the bathroom off the hall. He just comes out and he sees what's going on and he's like, "You stay away from that. That's a I'm sorry, I need to do my own voice. That's a museum employee. You stay away from him." And he pulls out his little 6-shooter. He starts shooting at the mummy, and the mummy doesn't like that.
no.
It extends a hand and says some stuff in ancient Egyptian, and a bunch of strands of wrapping just shoot out from the arm and wrap all around Gus, and he's like, "Oh!" And then Gus gets dragged off into. Well, let's see. What would be good for this? I think that, like, in using the ventilation system, I think that Gus's the strands probably detach, maybe spider walk a little bit, and just wrap Gus up like a mummy, and then just pull him down into one of the vents, and he's gone. Is he dead? No, but he is dispensed of. And now that he is gone, the mummy is heading towards you folks and Linda, and that is where we're gonna take a break.
What a perfect spot for a commercial break. We're going to try and be back in 5 to 10 minutes. So, I would say don't go no place. Grab a food, grab a drink. Wait, shit. God, I hit the wrong thing. Hold up. I need to change this real quick. Does anybody have any projects that they've been working on recently that they'd like to promote while I get this sorted?
Draw for Charity is
Oh.
getting ready for the next charity fundraising event in support of World Builders.
Nice.
Ooh.
You can find out more at draw4charity.org.
Very
That's
cool.
excellent. I forgot that you participated and worked on that. That's very cool. I'm glad you did
I mean, I'm only the co-founder.
that. Right? I'm kind of a big deal. not
I'm
gonna
kind
lie.
of I'm kind of famous.
that's-
No, actually, I'll be kind of hands off because of the apartment flooding IRL. It's not just
Mm.
Mallory's life; it's mine also. But I'm super excited. They're gonna have a bunch of really cool guest stars, and I think they'll be doing 48 hours straight from
Nice.
starting February 17th.
That's so cool.
Yeah, very cool.
If you want to check out another stream that I do with Ted on Thursdays, we have the Great Modron March, which is on Ted's YouTube channel, Nerd Immersion, in which we play the Great Modron March, a second edition Planescape adventure. Jordan, PH is silent, is the DM, and we also have I forget Rachel's username, but we
She
have
doesn't
LB
use
Hackamup.
social media a whole lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's great. It's a fun game.
If you ever wanted to see two wizards be more further apart from each other, that would be me and Lex in that campaign. Could not be more different.
Very.
Speaking
And
of
not
things
just our personalities.
that are different, I did the thing. Okay, I fixed it.
Okay.
Yay!
Yeah.
So, with that, now a word from our sponsor. I pushed the
The
button.
Really Real Ghostbusters will return after these messages. We now return to the Really Real Ghostbusters.
Technical
Hello,
difficulties.
everybody. Have returned. My stream deck was just like, nah, F it. Like, we're just going to keep seeing Ted. Look, if there's one way that we can showcase that Ted is not from Chicago, it's by having him say that brief line repeatedly with a little bit of static. It was planned. Obviously.
Truly.
Yeah, truly this was planned. You know, we're professionals here at the Indoor Adventure stream. Hey, Lex, speaking of professionals, we have a lady who stole a flute and then another museum guy with a scary book. Ghostmaster, take us away.
Yeah, let's who are we gonna start? We've got cliffhangers for both characters, character groups. Group A and Group B both have cliffhangers, but which one are we going to cut back to now that we're back? Oh, this is a tough one.
If you go back to team
B
team B, I can keep eating my chicken for a moment.
Oh, okay. Well, let's come back to Team B then. We just saw Gus, the security guard, enveloped in mummy wrap and taken off stage. There is a very woozy looking Linda holding a flute, weakly leaning against a wall, disoriented. Near you, the other end of the hallway, the mummy walking towards you, saying something in... I keep forgetting to look up the name of the language that the ancient Egyptians spoke. Was it Coptic? Maybe. But that language, you know the language. Everyone knows. Return the slab or suffer my curse, is what he said. Return the flute or suffer my curse. Ramses.
Yeah, it was Demotic and then Coptic.
Oh, Coptic. Wow. Can't believe I got that right. What do Natalie and Maurice and Titus Aurelius do?
It's Maurice remembers one thing from dealing with the mummy, which was give him back the artifacts, give him back his stuff. And so I think Maurice is going to yell at Linda, just give him back the just give him back the piccolo. Give him back that like whatever you stole from there, you just hand it back, drop it and leave, walk away. Walk towards us, please.
Linda's just like, what? Who? She looks up at you and she's like, who? What is going on? And she looks down at her hand and sees that the flute is in her hand. And she's like, how did I?
It doesn't matter. Just drop it.
And then she's like, Natalie?
He's right. We can talk later. You need to give the flute to that gentleman over there.
She looks over at the mummy and she's like, and she screams, "Mummy's scary. Mummies are scary.
Mummy's scary."
And she drops the flute and backs up toward you folks.
Maurice is gonna just sort of like kick the flute towards the mummy with the side of a shoe, and I imagine that like a cartoon logic, it'll roll right to the mummy and then we won't have to worry about it. Realistically, it's always like heavier on one side, so it does that like dumb turn and it would roll into a wall.
Well, depending on how old, because it really could just be 1, 2.
Yeah.
Because a lot of older flutes were like that.
And Maurice has kind of dad vibes, so I imagine it's the kind of kick long practice with I don't want to bend over.
Yeah.
Type of
just like here you go.
Yep.
You roll the flute over, and the mummy takes it, but it's not done. It's still walking towards you because it's saying something. You just can't understand what it's saying. And Titus Aurelius, who seems to understand what the mummy is saying,
Oh my god.
is just like Voltmulier, which doesn't sound Latin, but apparently it is to you.
Yeah, Maurice, is there a way that I can like be translating half
again.
of this? Oh, thank God. Okay.
Yeah, I could be translating also since we've established.
You're on
you're
you're in the other
not there.
room. The only translator
Oh,
here is
okay,
Maurice
You're
from
okay,
in a
Latin.
different floor.
I thought
From-
we were.
Not yet.
You're in
no.
a chicken.
Team
We're not
A's
with your
doing
group.
cool shit in the room above. We have to fight a mummy. We got monkeys, mummies. We got Titus Aurelius. It's a great time.
Titus Aurelius, what a guy. Yeah, please roll guess.
Okay. If I wanted, and I know that my brownie points are low, but if I wanted to just
Know it.
like
This would actually be much lower because you've already succeeded a guess score.
okay.
If you want a rough translation, I would say 2 or 3 brownie points.
Can the damage that I took earlier have helped jog my memory? And I'll do 2.
Sure.
Yes.
Nice bartering.
Like, be kind to me. I gave blood today, but an orangutan threw me halfway across the New York Museum.
I need a juice box.
Getting some ecto cooler.
Ecto cooler. Yes. I will say that the finale episode of this, the commercial break, is just gonna be Ghostbusters.
I'm
toy
here for it.
commercials. Just a
I'm
solid
so
10
excited.
minutes.
Look, they'll only mute the VOD. They won't mute us live. It's
Yeah.
fine.
They can't arrest all of us.
Honestly, I think Time Life owns the series. No one cares from them, right? They're not going to mute it.
No, it'll be
It'll
fine.
be fine. It'll be fine.
But yeah, okay, you spend the points.
Okay,
The Titus Aurelius mentioned something about it's like, oh, he speaks the language of Cleopatra. And then says he wants the woman. He wants to get the woman, and he's like pointing at Linda.
And Maurice is like, oh, look, I don't think he's really gonna take like our version of justice on this one. He really wants, the person who did the crime. Real quick, Linda, do you remember getting the flute and a book? Or have you seen a shrink lately who likes to wave a coin in front of your eyes?
He's just like, she's like, the flute or the book, and she's thinking about it. She's clearly like having trouble remembering, and then suddenly her eyes snap open and she goes like rigid, and she starts speaking in the same language that the mummy is speaking in, and looks over towards the mummy and like puts her hand up and says some stuff, and the mummy says some stuff back.
Maurice leans over to Titus and just, help me out on this one.
The Titus is listening intently. Que est princeps? Oh. Catobe. And points at Linda. Princeps Catobe, and then points at the mummy. Caris.
Princess? And he points towards Linda.
It's like he looks at you and he's like, no, the princeps, and does the like this motion, and then he points at the one who said it was Caris. He says, salitum Caris, you don't know Latin. So, like, but
I had taken some Latin,
a little bit of
a
Latin.
little bit of Latin.
Yeah, you're getting bits and pieces of this. He's not saying princess, he's saying prince, Katobe, and bodyguard, Caris.
He wants to protect her.
Titus seems to understand what you're saying and nods.
Turns towards Natalie. It would be so much more helpful if Mallory was here. I failed Latin
Yeah.
2 years in a row.
Well, you're doing better than I ever could. I only know a bunch of prefixes and suffixes from scientific
That's
names.
like half the language.
It's the yeah, is Natalie doing anything during this?
I mean, I feel like while this conversation has been happening, like she's been just kind of like guardedly watching, like if the mummy gets maybe too close, intervening. But after the word bodyguard is said, it's like okay, maybe a little less guarded about it. And really just kind of suggest like I really think we should find the others. I think getting a bunch more of our heads together would be helpful.
With that, there is suddenly a huge boom from the floor above you, as if a triceratops is crashing through the entryway to a room.
Yeah.
You'd recognize that sound anywhere.
Ah, yeah.
Yes.
That was like 3 weeks ago on the Dino Caper.
Oh my god.
Yeah, there's a huge crash from upstairs. The lights flicker and go out. When they come back on, the mummy is gone. Linda swoons for a moment and then is like, "What? Natalie, what is happening?"
I honestly wish I knew. Some artifacts went missing. Points at the flute. Is the flute still on the floor?
No,
Okay.
the Caris, the mummy, picked it up.
Okay. Some artifacts went missing, and we thought you had much more of a role in this, but from the looks of it, you don't know what's going on, huh?
I'm getting bits and pieces, but it's really foggy. Oh, jeez. I don't.
Remember breaking glass?
No, but I remember getting my key and turning off the alarm, but I don't know why I was doing it. It's like I wasn't in control.
This is one of those ghost possession thingies.
Yep, run of the mill.
Run of the mill possession. She's like, "Well, I'm glad this is run of the mill for you because I'm freaking out right now."
That's okay. We believe you.
We're ready to believe you.
Yeah, tell you what, I have a feeling the others are close by. Let's get you somewhere to sit down. And get with the rest of the group. Tell them what we know.
You'll look at her and just question. 2 questions. Are you gonna run?
I don't think I could run if I wanted to.
That's the
She's,
smart
like,
answer. There's a bunch
very
of monkeys
woozy.
down there.
Oh, good.
It's all right. Natalie's their queen, and they'll pretty
Yeah,
sure
they'll
they'll
listen to me.
listen to her. Second, you speak this guy? He points towards Titus.
Salve. He's just like, is that Titus Aurelius?
You ever wanted to sit down and have a dinner with one of history's famous leaders? Now's your chance. Just sit here, recover. Don't go no place. And just, at the end of all this, if we yell citizens arrest, just hopefully it's not for you. We're not actual police. We can't do real arrests, but we can at least, citizens.
She's like, okay. And she just sits down, but she's like, I think, yeah, that's that's part of our that was part of the ancient Roman exhibit. It's due next month, but it's I don't know, it's just some mostly mannequins. Or no, I'm sorry, actually. Rewind, retcon that. That's wrong. That's part of an old ancient Roman exhibit that was stored down in the basement. I remember finding it when I was like cataloging stuff. Yeah, I saw that mannequin. Titus Aurelius. Weird, but I do speak Latin. I mean, I take it as part of my courses, my grad school courses. I'm a graduate student intern. Hello, my name is Linda Williams. Titus says, "Vos postulo axilla meum," and and Linda's like, he's asking if you want his help to come with you.
Yeah, I was gonna just say that he could hang out here with you while we, bust some ghosts, and he doesn't get a chance of hitting the crossfire. He seems like a stand-up individual. I can't say that about many ghosts that I meet. Happy to. Maurice is like, he's like doing that dad thing where like he's just speaking slower and louder in his language in English, and he's just like, obviously they will be able to translate this as a ghost.
Do you want a cup of water?
Like, no, and he'll just be like, he'll
Awful.
point towards Aurelius and be like, Aurelius, Maurice, Natalie, and then like make a little walkie with his fingers up there.
Oh, okay. Titus Aurelius nods, ready to go with you.
I was great at charades as a kid.
And you start to head upward. There's banging from the monkey room, though no monkeys come out. But they're making there's also, you keep hearing the
sounds of monkey violence are happening in the other
sounds
room.
of monkey violence. There's and Linda's like, I actually think I'm gonna follow you folks too. I don't want to be alone.
That's fair.
You're about to witness history.
You folks head up the staircase to go to the research library. I have to check the map real quick. Primates. Oh yeah, so that staircase will put you like right there. Cool. That's exactly where I wanted it to put you, because that way you don't have to go through another hallway. But before you get there, let's pick up with the rest of the characters. A Triceratops Kool-Aid Man bursts into the research library, books flying everywhere. As you were bursting in, it was curator Peter Reynolds standing over what you assume is the ancient Egyptian Book of the Dead. Strange lights and misty vapors exude from the book. The lights in the room flicker as supernatural energies build. Detective Del Crenshaw stands off to the side, pointing a gun at the curator, saying, "Put the book down." Visiting archaeologist Sophia, what was her name? Vladinov, stands behind Detective Del Crenshaw, terrified. And then the Triceratops bursts in. Detective Del Crenshaw is shocked at this, immediately whips around and fires at the dinosaur before seeing that his friends are riding it.
That's fine. She's a tough old girl. She can take it.
Yeah. At the same time, Sophia dives behind a table. Peter Reynolds probably also ducks as books fly everywhere, and there's a burst of spectral energy as a ghost materializes from thin air. Books fly off of shelves from the other side of the room, and just a classic Ghostbusters ghost. We've got arms, some long talony fingernails, sort of angular face with a wide grin and a bunch of fangs, semi-translucent, and nothing below the waist, just some vapors flying around, laughing with glee as it has been summoned from the spectral realm into the realm of the living, and it's just happy to be here, everybody.
Oh yeah.
Just
I bet. I want to record this on my camcorder.
excellent. You can totally do that. I like how this is the thing you're
Sick.
recording.
Well, I'm trying to get ghosts.
Sure.
Look, we've
Like
done
the rest of the stuff, that's not ghosts.
We've
It won't
done the
help my research.
Triceratops thing before. We already have footage of that. That's fine. This is new footage.
Exactly.
Moving
People
dinosaur bones?
won't believe
Who
the dinosaur
cares?
bones. They'll be like, "This is a classic archaeology prank."
Yeah.
But ghosts.
Nice stop motion animation you did. Good job, Ray Harryhausen, with those dinosaur bones. Not believing that. So
It's a brutal. Archaeologists are brutal, man.
it's true. um, so what is everybody doing? The dinosaur gets a little freaked out. I'm gonna have to roll for it to maintain its calm as a gun is fired at it. Yeah. Yeah, what are people doing? You could try and calm down the dinosaur. You could start blasting. You could do something else. I don't care. Do you know what? It's up to you. This is a game of imagination.
Sure. I think once I see the ghost burst out of the book, it's go time now. Even though it was go time when we busted through the door on the Triceratops, I survey the situation and realize I'm the only one with like seemingly functional ghost busting equipment in this room.
Well, I have the ectovisor.
Okay, so that's
yeah, so I can see or hand it to you.
No, that's fine. I have a pack and a trap, so I'm like
sick.
I'm in the zone here. So I think I'm gonna
Perfect.
dismount the dinosaur. And then like I don't know what I'm fully able to do turn wise. So let me tell you what I'm thinking, Lex. You tell me what's work. So I want to dismount, and then I would love to like take the trap off of my belt and like sit it on the floor, not roll it out, just sit it there. And then at least start there, and then with the plans to try to blast the ghost either next turn or now or whatever.
Sure. So what I am going to need then is a roll to get off the dinosaur because the gunshots are causing the dinosaur to rear backward. So you need to not fall off. But before you do that, I do want to hear what Mallory's doing in the moment. More videotaping or something else? You can't get a steady shot because the dinosaur's moving around too much.
I'll have to dismount. This is important for research. So I'll dismount and try to get a good shot. I don't know if there's anything helpful I can do since I don't have like busting gear. I have a gun.
You've only got a gun. That won't do anything against his
Hold
ghost,
down that curator.
It's true. You could.
It's true.
Free scumbag. Just hold him there.
So I've got like the camcorder in one hand and the gun, and I'm like, don't test me. I'm researching.
Very good. Okay, so I'm also going to need a roll from you to get off the dinosaur.
Okay, what kind of roll?
And the ghost is swooping downward and coming for somebody. Let's find out. Oh, that's fun. Okay. It's coming right at Detective Del Crenshaw, distracted by the dinosaur. He doesn't even see that ghost coming. I need to pull back on my web browser so I can see what you're rolling. That would be a good idea. What do we got here? These are DC 10, by the way.
And what are we rolling?
Moves? Yeah, because moves is like dexterity.
Yeah.
Okay.
That makes sense.
I want to use 3 brownie points here.
If you're gonna use 3, 3 is probably the number to just succeed because this is not a super hard roll. So if you'd like to use 3, you can just succeed.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah, here we go.
Yeah, I don't want to mess up my shot.
Yeah, you do like a combat roll off of the dinosaur. Perfect steady cam.
Hang
holding a
on.
It's
firearm.
inexplicable since I failed entirely to run a few steps across the hall.
Yeah.
So-
Well,
I rolled, but I did spend a brownie point. I forgot to add it there, so I'm just gonna roll another d6.
sure.
Whew. That's 2d6. Crap. That's still a 9, so that's
It's
missing
still a
by
9.
1.
Oof.
Yeah.
Aw.
You fall off the dinosaur.
That's okay.
Boom. Lose 2 brownie points in damage.
That's fine.
And yeah, you're just not going to be able to get the trap off of your
Yeah,
belt
that's
as
fine.
you fall into a heap on the floor.
That's fair.
Okay, you both do that. Mallory's getting an excellent shot of this ghost, which cackles and swoops down to the detective. Yeah. And the detective who sees the dinosaur is shooting at it, and he's just like, it's like, Ted? Mallory? Were you riding the... Whoa! As this thing grabs his shoulders and lifts him up in the air.
Oop.
And he's just like...
But hold right there. Don't
and
move.
He's just like, what? And he's like, he's flailing around as this thing is hoisting him up towards the ceiling of this like high ceilinged library room, just cackling with delight. The detective might like aim the gun upward and start shooting at it, which does nothing. Those bullets go straight through it.
Detective, about how much do you weigh?
I need to know for
I
research.
need to know. It's important. Trust me.
He doesn't respond. He's yelling. He's just like, get this thing away from me. What the hell is this? Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. What are the
Get
things
that information later.
side note, whenever I run Dungeons and Dragons or play in Dungeons and Dragons or any fantasy game, I always want to either have my character or an NPC say, "Oh my God," or "Jesus Christ," or something like that, and you can't because it's a fantasy game. You could say "Oh gods," but it doesn't have the right ring to it, you know.
You could say
Yeah.
Jiminy Christmas.
Jiminy Christmas is good.
Well, Christmas is also related to
Yeah.
like
world
religious
stuff.
context.
But yeah,
Too.
You could say
so-
Crimby or
Krampus. Jiminy
Cram.
Krampus.
I mean, it depends how much of a comedy game you're running. But my point is, I'm very happy to be running something set in a pseudo real world in almost the modern day, so I can use modern slang because it makes everything so much easier.
Mm-hmm.
At any rate, we're into a new round. The dinosaur, we're gonna see if it calms down this round. Probably because it's not continuing to be fired at, but I'm gonna roll just to see.
Mhm.
That's what it's doing.
Okay.
The ghost is hoisting Detective Del Crenshaw into the air. Maybe it's gonna drop him. Who knows? Maybe it's just gonna give him a little bit of a tickle. I don't know. What are you folks doing?
Standing up. That's the start.
Okay, you don't have to roll for that.
Okay, I will take the trap off of my belt and put it on the floor.
Sure. You don't have to roll for that either.
Cool.
Are you gonna slide it over?
Well, no, my plan is to have it there so that eventually when I blast it, I can just like kick the trap over.
Oh, I see.
Because that's what they always do. As someone
Right.
who's made a ton of these props, it angers me in the cartoon because they always just freaking boot them like that's nothing, you know. And I'm like, that would break any of these props that we've made. Like,
Yes. The actual thing is supposedly much harder than that, but you can so I'm gonna say, because putting down the trap and like pushing it out is pretty easy.
mm-hmm.
Blasting in this case would be harder.
I assume because he's got a there's a detective in the ghost's arms.
Yes, I mean the ghost is sort of like above him, right? Because he's
Mhm.
carrying him. But he's also like moving around a lot, so it's
Yeah.
like kind of far away. Moving target might hit not a civilian, but might hit a cop.
Eh.
And if you also want to kick the trap in the same turn, probably a pretty hard roll. You're looking at like a 20 or a 25 there.
I think I want to just try to blast the ghost, and I'm going to save the trap for when I feel like I've got the ghost at a point where it's trappable. Does that make sense?
Okay.
So what am I looking at to blast the ghost?
Still probably a 20, just because moving target far away, that kind of thing.
But it's moves roll, yeah.
Yes, it is moves for blasting.
right.
Is that before you roll for that? What is
Yeah.
what is Mallory doing this turn? You probably see Ted setting that up.
Ooh. Yeah, definitely. I guess I'll ask Ted if he needs anything from me, because I don't have any equipment aside from the goggles.
I'll just be like, get the book.
Like, sure. I will pause my camcorder recording and like set it down in its sling because I've got the neck sling, of course. Um, and with my gun, I will approach.
This is
Show you
right out of
book.
Resident Evil. You gonna try and borrow that book?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, hey, dude, that book looks really heavy. Let me give you a hand. And then with the gun, let me give you a hand.
You walk as you're walking up to the table, you see curator Peter Reynolds and visiting archaeologist Sophia Vladinoff, both on the other side of that table, standing up, looking at each other, looking at the book, looking at you. The Triceratops chills out, which is nice.
That's nice.
That's
Ted,
good for him.
Good
please
for
roll
it.
your beam.
I was gonna spend 3 brownie points to blast, so
Okay.
I'm gonna do that. Here we go. Man, that was brutal on 5d of
D6,
6
but
technically.
again,
Yeah.
gosh, that's rough.
Damn.
Yeah, the things like swooping around. It's like and you blast like misses it, hits some books, they explode.
Yeah.
Um,
That's what happens.
yeah. So you're blasted. The two museum employees are standing there in between. Well, the book is between Mallory and them. Mallory has a gun. Sophia is just like looks at the book, looks at you, looks at the gun, and she's just like, I just wanted to get it away from Reynolds. He's going to. I was afraid he was going to summon more of those things. Except she says it in a thick Romanian accent that I'm not going to try and do. And then Reynolds is like, that's preposterous. I was trying to stop all this madness. I figured I could read the hieroglyphics and maybe undo what was going on. Who do you trust?
Sounds pretty sus.
Mm.
But we also
Press
saw
X to doubt.
Yeah,
we saw Sophia in the closet.
that's true. She was being
So
attacked by a Utah raptor.
yeah.
You yeah. Who will you vote for as the alien? You could make. Oh, what would this role be? Maybe brains. Maybe moves can be force of personality or cool. Probably cooler brains to try
I'll
and
do
figure
cool.
out. Okay, yeah, go for it. Do you think you have a relevant talent to figuring out who's sus?
No.
Okay.
But I have 5 cool.
Oh, okay. That's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good. I'm like, I usually know when somebody's cool.
In the heat of the moment, who you don't know either of these people very well. I'm gonna say this is a 15.
Okay. Ooh. Let's just try it. I'm not gonna spend anything here.
Okay.
I'll try it.
18.
That's what I'm talking about.
All right.
Curator Reynolds, you met him earlier, and he's got a stutter. He's very unsure of himself, but the stutter is like he's scared, not he's lying. Vladinoff seems she's eyeing that book like she really wants to grab that book, and she's like, I need to be able to get this. And there's, she's got that sweat, like she's like, I really hope these people buy it. She seems more sus to you.
She's sus, huh? Okay. I immediately change my stance, and I'm like, Sophia, fellow archaeologist.
Read your article in National Geographic.
It was terrible. Your peer review, not good enough. So I will try to distract her with archaeology talk.
Sure. So I'm sorry, do you like
I do point the gun at her.
Okay,
yeah.
you point the gun at her. Cool. Detective Del Crenshaw tries to get this thing to let go of him. I mean, it's gonna be a really hard roll, but I'm gonna roll for it just to see what happens. No, he doesn't roll high enough.
Does he get any extra points from the emotional backup?
The emotional? No, unfortunately not. So he's still being carried around by this ghost that's just having a fun time, just sort of like swooping around with him and dodging the proton blast. It's having a hoot. A new round begins. The other characters arrive. We're all together again.
Yeah.
Kick open the door from the other stairwell. We got a ghost with us, but he's cool now.
He's a cool ghost.
He's a cool.
I'm not like the other ghosts.
Cool
yeah,
ghost.
he speaks Latin. He's an old ass ghost. What's his unfinished business?
Aurelius points himself. He's like, freak us. But yeah, there's a dinosaur. Is there more than one entrance into this room?
Well, we made
I
a
don't
pretty
think
big
so.
No, now it's just a wide entrance. But and a broken elevator, I think. But there's a skeletal triceratops, but it's like pretty chill actually.
It looks super cool.
It's like, yeah,
it winks at us, like lets us know it's one of the good guys, or like its eyes like aren't glowing red, they're glowing blue.
The cartoon wink, like
Yes.
it's bone, but like, is it?
You know.
So you're able to just sort of like shimmy past it. It's not very aggravated. It's kind of just like, I don't know what's going on, but I'm not upset about it. And you get into the room, you see this scene. Ted's blasting at this weird little guy who's grabbed Detective Del Crenshaw. And Mallory is pointing her gun at one of the museum workers. Standing, and in between the two of them is a table holding a glowing book.
Sophia is not tubular.
Oh, okay. I see y'all made a friend too.
She's really cool.
Rest of the gang? Titus Aurelius. Titus?
Yeah,
the
we
gang.
made one too.
And then just like points blaster towards the witch ghost that's there.
Yeah. Little guy. Sure. So we're into a new round. Ted, if you also want to blast, you can blast. Maurice is gonna blast. What are Mallory and Natalie doing?
Well, if Mallory is keeping Sophia away from the book, I think Natalie is going to go for the book. If it's open, she's going to try to close it. Like, run up and...
That's a good idea.
Sure. You're going to do that. And Mallory, you're just going to keep your gun trained on this person. Cool.
Definitely.
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna try to blast this ghost too.
Um, Sophia is gonna look deep into Mallory's eyes and just be like, "You don't want to use that gun on me. Not on me." And I'm gonna need you to make a roll to resist her mind whammy powers.
Oh, mind whammy.
What?
She's trying to whammy
That
us.
sounds like bad news.
Yeah. So that's gonna happen
Crikey.
first, and the blasts are gonna go off, and then we're gonna see exactly how Natalie's action comes together. What would this be? This would be probably also cool, I guess. I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there. Whatever. We're gonna fit.
It's like, I don't know.
You know what? Should I look at the rule book? Maybe.
All right, so I'm also rolling cool.
Natalie, don't roll anything yet.
Okay, cool.
I want to see what Mallory gets on the cool roll. So yeah, cool is stuff like being brave. Let's see. Charm, convince, fast talk, or a browbeat. Moves can be sleight of hand, physically adept, decent moves, shooting guns. Yeah, that makes sense. Just want to make sure there isn't an argument to make this a moves roll. Yeah, I think it's probably just got to be cool.
Wait, am I making a new roll?
Yeah, for this round, you're making a roll. I'm sorry.
Okay.
What? Yeah. Yes. Yeah. You're making a roll for this round to resist this mind control.
Oh, okay. Cool. 15.
15 is just enough. That's what I was looking for.
Sweet.
You feel for a second, you're like, yeah, maybe I should shoot someone else, like Natalie or something.
Intrusive thoughts.
Yeah.
Like, no. That's not right.
No, definitely not. Sophia looks very angry that her hypnotism didn't work properly. Natalie, you don't need to roll anything. You're able to get up there and grab the book because there's nobody stopping you. Mallory is not trying to shoot you, so you're not.
Yes, very good.
And yeah, Ted and Maurice, give me those rolls for the blasting.
Going with the straight moves because every time I've added brownie points, I had 6 and I rolled a 10. So might as well just stick with the standard 3 and hope for the best.
Yeah, I have fire weapon as one of my talents, so thankfully I rolled a total of 5, but I got a 13. Ted, no.
So yeah, man, I'm blasting wide here.
Look, it's fine. It's just the research library. It's not like bones or anything. Like, we have to replace those. I'm sure there are more books.
Everything is on fire.
That's fine.
There's so many
sprinklers
burning
will
books.
kick on at some point. It'll be fine.
Yeah, no, the ghost is swooping around gleefully as dodging all these proton blasts. Oof.
Yeah, I get it.
Linda steps forward and suddenly she goes rigid and her eyes open wide and she points at Sophia and she's like sorcerer, take me from this body like you promised.
I'll translate.
No, she says it in English.
Oh, in English.
Wild.
Okay, cool. Dang.
Because she's possessed. Because yeah, it's a possessed person, so I'll just have it be in English. And
I like that. Very thoughtful of the possessor.
Mm-hmm.
So she points an accusing finger at Sophia. It is time for a new round. There's let's see. I don't know. Yeah, you can decide what you want to do. If anybody wants the Triceratops to do something, if anybody wants Titus Aurelius to do something, let me know. Natalie's holding the book. She grabbed off the table. Mallory still got that gun. Sophia's about to say something.
Got the gun trained on her, but it didn't seem to phase her last turn. Let's do some sort of mind whammy situation.
It's not that it didn't phase her. It's just that she really thought the mind whammy was gonna work.
Okay, does she look unsettled at all that it didn't work and she still has a gun pointed at her? Okay.
Yes,
cool.
very much so.
Swag. Love that. Love that for us.
I mean, she's
Cash
definitely
money.
not trying to wrestle the book out of Natalie's hands because she's not going to move because there's a gun on her.
Okay.
That's a good decision.
Maurice is just gonna try and get the witch. I mean, honestly, like that to him, that's the biggest issue here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
She's got active magic. She lifted a cop. He wasn't there for that, but like she lifted a cop.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on.
You know,
Indoor,
I've also lifted a cop.
Indoor, to be clear, the ghost that you are firing at is not necessarily a witch. It's just a ghost that has grabbed the shoulders of the cop and is flying around with him.
I'm still gonna try and get him.
No, that's fine. I just didn't want. I was worried that you were
know.
thinking that like Sophia was using telekinesis or something.
No, I was thinking that it was a witch-shaped ghost. Like a big hat and all of like spindly fingers. This whole time I thought it was a witch-shaped ghost.
But that's fine. It can be a witch-shaped ghost if you like.
Excellent. I love this system.
You know what? Blasting hasn't worked so far, so I'm gonna try to roll the trap out underneath the ghost while Maurice is blasting.
You can spend your action to do that. You don't have to roll to do it. We have one brownie point that is going to somebody. Just
to Ted?
Vivacia, just let us know who the brownie point's going towards.
Yeah. If Mallory's going to do anything other than just try and pistol whip, maybe, I don't know.
I think I'm better being intimidating than trying to actually get in like close range.
Okay.
Be like,
the ghost is going to drop Detective Del Crenshaw, maybe to the great detriment of Del Crenshaw because, you know, it's from a great height. But that seems to be what it's winding up to do. Just can't swoop around all day, as much fun as that is. Let me know what Natalie's doing, and then we'll get started with the round.
I mean, Natalie's gonna just continue to keep the book away from like anybody that like Sophia possessed Linda or this ghost, and just be ready to dodge essentially till we figure out like what this is gonna all mean.
The curator, who's also who's there, like runs up to us. He's like, "I told you it's hot." But we can read the book. We can stop all of this.
You can let him read the book.
All right. Are you sure you can do this?
He's like, I didn't take a graduate courses in ancient Egypt for nothing. He's so he's gonna you two can spend the round doing that.
Okay.
And Sophia might just be like I don't know. She's intimidated by that gun. I don't know if she's gonna do anything.
Like, what are you trying to do here, Sophia?
She doesn't want to get shot. I was gonna have her say some stuff, but I don't know. She's a little too she's too worried about that gun.
Okay. So if I ask her though, like, what were you trying to do here?
Oh, she's just like, it was She's like, look, I got paid good money to deliver that book.
By who?
By who? Before you can get the answer to that, let's blast. Maurice, please roll your blast.
I'm gonna use 2 more brownie points. Maurice is super tired, looking rough.
21.
21.
That's good. You blast that ghost. The ghost was going to throw Detective Del Crenshaw against the wall or something unpleasant like that.
But instead, she's just gonna drop him.
Yeah, it's a 10. It just drops him. And he gets he lands pretty hard on his arm. But he's like, jeez. He's getting up.
Question: to endear the Triceratops a little bit more, and also poke fun at the cops, if he lands on the front-facing fin of the Triceratops, slides down, and then it's like he gets himself in the crotch, basically.
Oh, that's good. That's perfect.
Because then the Triceratops is like, I caught the person, and he's still, out of commission because.
Yeah, that happens. That's good. Take a brownie point for that excellent cinematic idea. And the yeah, so the ghost is being blasted.
Uh-huh.
It's hurting it. It's still doesn't only have 1 hit point, so it's gonna need some more blasting. But
Sure.
You've definitely hit it, sent it reeling. Yeah, next round begins, I guess. Sure. The Reynolds is saying the words. He's still stuttering though, which makes it, it's a little tough to get the spell to work. But as he's doing it, you can just see the ghost that's floating up there is starting to flicker and fade, and it looks at itself, and it's just stops laughing, and then it looks directly over at the people reading the book, and are coming for them this round, because it's you're not gonna send me back to the spirit realm, no way. The Triceratops gets a little woozy.
Oh no.
Because it's also losing its tether to the mortal realm.
Mm-hmm.
How's Titus looking?
But at what cost?
Oh yeah, Titus is
No.
Titus is looks at his hand and starts to flicker, and
So Plato's cave situation for him.
I don't know. Maybe we just stop reading this book and we just trap this ghost.
yeah. I mean, whatever.
I mean, there's the rest of the museum, I guess, also, but
I guess the whole.
I forgot about that part.
Everything in this museum belongs in a museum.
Cool. What I need for this new round, suddenly Sophia, since there's a table between you and her, right? She brings her knee upward on the table really fast and really hard, and sends the table flying right in your face. Let's assume it's not a very heavy table.
Okay.
What I need is a roll for you to not get smacked in the face by that. She rolled really well, so she was able to do that without you noticing. She was winding up for it.
Okay.
But that's what's happening this round. And the ghost is coming for Natalie and the curator. So that's also happening this round. Maurice might still be blasting.
Yeah, he's maintaining the blast.
And Ted, let me know what you're going to be doing.
So I guess, yeah, I'm just trying to figure out the simultaneousness of the table coming up at Mallory.
Well, the whole thing with Sophia's role was to see if she could do it without anyone, to do it quickly enough for no one to notice, and she rolled really well. So you're not even paying attention to the table until it's already flipping.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, if the ghost still needs blasting, I don't want to step on the trap, because I want to I'll wait till it's ready. Yeah. I could try blasting again, but I've had a real stellar job of it so far. Yeah. I'm like, I'm a little bummed about my Triceratops friend.
I
And
know,
I
I'm
got it
sorry.
into this room, and I want it to do something cool.
You could have it do something. What do you want it to
I
do?
want it to tackle Sophia to the ground.
No,
Yeah.
it's a big thing.
I just want it to hold like horns, foot. I don't care. I want her pinned. And
You direct a Triceratops to sick her.
yeah, get her.
It roars, lumbering forward. You spend your action to do that.
That's what I'm fine with that.
Cool. Maurice, please roll to blast.
Okay.
And Mallory, please roll to dodge.
Will it be a lower DC
Okay.
because I'm already blasting? Because I succeeded on blasting it last turn.
Yeah, but that doesn't necessarily lower the DC.
Well, she's
I
not
would-
holding
it's-
anybody.
It's true. Yes. So it's probably a 10 now.
17.
Okay. You blast it. Mallory, please roll to dodge.
Okay. Do I know the DC?
Oh, that's a good question. What is the DC? It's probably 10.
10? Okay.
You're now kind of dodging a table and a dinosaur.
Ooh, okay. If I use 3 brownie points,
Can you just succeed?
yeah,
Yes, you can.
swag. I will do that, and I would like to do like a dodge roll.
Dodge roll, cool. Okay. Proton blast hits the ghost, wraps it up in a stream. The ghost only had 2 hit points. Wraps it up in a stream before it can get to Natalie and Reynolds. It doesn't make it to them. Mallory leaps out of the way into a roll. A table flies at her, and Sophia's like, "Ha! No longer pointing a gun at me." And then suddenly a Triceratops just bowls into her. Didn't see that coming. And then, yeah, I mean that's what happens. Oh, well, no, that probably wouldn't happen yet. Yeah, Linda's like, yeah. Marcus Aurelius gives a thumbs up, or Tice Aurelius gives a thumbs up, and it's good. New round. The ghost is disoriented and wrapped up in a proton stream. Ted, if you'd like to trigger that trap.
Yeah. First, I'm going to say, I'm going to look at my Triceratops friend pinning Sophia to the ground. And I have not come up with a name for my Triceratops friend. And the first thing that popped into my head is Kiwi. So that's what I'm going to call this Triceratops. I'm going to say, good job, Kiwi. And I'm going to stomp on this trap and trap this stupid ghost.
Kiwi is pinning this evil archaeologist to the ground. The trap opens. The ghost is sucked into it. Things calm down a bit in the research library. I mean, it's still on fire. Everything's still on fire, but
You guys should really get better sprinkler systems.
Yeah, that's not an us
You know-
problem. We tackle ghosts, not fires.
I was going to say, we really are doing them a service. Get some sprinklers in here.
It's true. I looked it up, and the skeleton of a very large Triceratops is about 1,500 pounds.
Sophia is dead. Oh no. No, because
Oh,
you can't
no.
die in this game. It's a cartoon. So it's probably one of those things where the Triceratops is like has its head down and the spikes are there hitting the
Yeah.
ground, and she's like pinned underneath it,
Mhm.
right? Then Linda speaks in a voice that is not her own, but still in English, and says, It's like, you are a deceiver, and I will not allow you to hurt anyone else. And then the lights flicker in the room, which looks even. Maybe the lights just go out. You can just see the flames, and the mummy arrives. And extends its arm, maybe both of them, and wraps up the evil archaeologist. Not that she really needed to be, because she was already pinned under the skeleton, but just for dramatic effect.
Yeah.
And then turns to Linda, or no, then says something to the evil archaeologist, and the evil archaeologist is like, "Fine," and she says an incantation, and suddenly Linda goes like rigid, T-pose, and a spectral force comes out of her body that looks like, I don't know, like a pharaoh, and just like stands down next to the mummy, and they and says to Natalie and Reynolds, is like, now that the villain has been captured, here, and they give you back the flute, and they say, make sure no one else tampers with these, especially not evil magicians. Keep them safe under lock and key. And finish reading the passages of the book. It will return this place to normal. We must return to our eternal rest.
You've got it.
They might just like, maybe they might just like walk out of the room. They just peace out.
All right.
Good talk.
Let's peace out.
Oh man.
Cheer out. That was pretty wicked.
Yeah. And what else? Let me think. How else can I wrap this up? Because we're just about out of time. The detective finally gets up, gets out his gun and aims it at Sophia. Reynolds finishes the incantation, and the ghost's life in the museum leaves it, and all the exhibits go back to just being plain old exhibits. Kiwi stands stock still. I'm sorry.
Kiwi, no.
I just sit with Kiwi for a little while. Sad.
We hardly knew ye.
Yeah, you could pet Kiwi in the last moments before it becomes an inanimate object again.
Maurice will go over and he'll be like giving Ted like a pat on the back, like, it's okay, like, we just had to put down the family dog, like, you're fine, it'll be okay.
Is that what you said when you had to put down the family dog?
Yeah, Maurice. Yeah, just like it's like doesn't he doesn't know how to establish like vocalize, but just like pat pat pat.
There's plenty of bones in the sea.
She wouldn't have fit in the arcade anyway.
Wow. Why did Maurice ever get divorced, huh? At that point, also the strange opaque energy field that has been encasing this whole museum recedes, and you see natural daylight coming in through the windows. The room is still on fire, though. That didn't change. Are
there fire extinguishers?
Yeah,
if there's no sprinklers?
There's probably... Oh, you know what? Maybe the sprinklers would turn on, I guess. Yeah, they probably should. There would be sprinklers in here. Sprinklers turn on.
Can't tell where the tiers and the sprinklers are separate. It's Ted sitting with Kiwi over there.
Lost in time, like tears in rain. Del Crenshaw is going to be like, oh gosh, ma'am, and he points his gun at the archaeologist. He's like, I think you're under arrest for tampering with museum property. and a whole lot of other shit. You also hear the door downstairs burst open, and you hear police, and people start rushing in because as soon as people noticed that the building was surrounded by an energy field, there's probably some people that showed up outside. Yeah. The
I feel
artifacts
like
get returned.
I'm
I'm sorry. What?
I was gonna say, like, I feel like it's one of those, like, it's that shot of us just like walking out of the door from the museum, and just like I think that went rather well. Like, we're all just like covered in dust and dirt and sand and like snow, like everything that we've experienced.
Nailed it.
Yeah. Del Crenshaw, as you're heading out, everybody's being booked. The place is being roped off. Peter Reynolds is running around being like, "Oh my God, it's gonna take so long to fix all of this." Detective Del Crenshaw says, "Well, folks, it was, I admit it, I was wrong about you lot. It was good working with you." Rich Sapir, his partner, has also been mind whammied. And it's like, yeah, I don't know what happened there, but I'm glad you folks were able to handle the situation. Anything you need from the NYPD, we'd be happy to help you out.
We might just take you up on that.
Mallory's like, I need a lot more guns.
I am saying nothing. I'm trying to be very not noticeable because I will be borrowing from the police later.
But yeah. You've gained a friend in Detective Del Crenshaw and Rich Sapir.
Spec, how's that arm?
Oh, well, he hit his crotch, remember?
Yeah.
Right. Okay,
He's got like an ice pack that someone gave him, but he's just putting it on his
comically
crotch.
large ice pack.
Nice,
Yeah.
just hunched. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
As one does.
Yep, and and Peter Reynolds is also writing you a check.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sweet.
But
Very
so
like
ends the third session and second story arc of the Really Real Ghostbusters in Terrorvision. Where's My Mummy? Oh golly. Okay, well, that's it from me. Thanks everybody for watching.
Yeah.
Thanks everybody for playing. Let's do our outro.
Thanks
Yes!
for Ghostmaster.
Lex, I had an absolute blast playing this game. I think I can speak for everybody when saying that like Ted rode a Triceratops skeleton through a museum and Kool-Aid Man through a door. This game is what dreams are made of. But I fucking love this. But I always love whenever any of y'all are on the channel. Lex, where can we find you? What do you do?
Oh golly, you can find me on Twitter at Dank Dungeons. I do all sorts of stuff. Sometimes I'm on game streams and running game streams, but I am also, I think, primarily a writer of games and game supplements. On my Twitter, there's a link tree, and you can find links to the different things that I have written on itch, on DM's Guild, that kind of thing. I'm gearing up for another release soon, actually, probably in the next month or so. And maybe some crowdfunding. I'm not sure yet. I've been very lazy about it. But yeah, if you like what I do, I'd appreciate your support. So yeah, do that.
Excellent. And Ted, where can we find you? What do you do?
Hi, my name is Ted, and I run Nerd Immersion. It's primarily a YouTube channel, but I'm on all of the social medias. I play a game with Lex on Thursday nights, the Great Modron March. I have a game that I play in on Tuesday, which currently is a Greek mythology themed 5e campaign, which is a lot of fun. And I guess in like a month, I'm going to be starting on Wednesdays an Army of Darkness RPG campaign, and Indoor's going to be in that, which is a lot of fun. So I have to teach everybody how to play the game and make everybody make characters, but it should be a lot of fun. That is a very goofy, very similar in a lot of ways to this system. A little more mechanics, a little more like abilities and skills and things, but it's designed to be like a movie. It's a cinematic system where there are things called drama points, which have a similar function to incite some form of dramatic moment. So you'll see some similarities. It'll be a lot of fun. That's it for
Cool.
me.
And Sir Heck.
Yeah, hey everybody. You can find me as SirHeckalot on all of the social medias, including Twitch, Itch, Twitter, Instagram, all the places. If there's internet, just find me on there. It's the best place to figure out where I will be in the TTRPG space next. It's very interesting that you mention a Greek mythology campaign, Ted, because I will actually be returning to an Odyssey of the Dragonlords campaign over on Neon Lights Roleplay. Oathsworn, it's coming back from a very long hiatus. I'm so happy to be playing my Siren Bard again. I'm so excited. You can also find me over there every other Friday for Cold Hands, Warm Hearts, Frostmaiden campaign. You can find me on Dat Magic Juice's campaign or channel playing in All Hail the Queen and Tyranny of Dragons campaign. Over at Lost Caravan RPG every other Wednesday for an Icon campaign that will actually be ending soon. We have about 2 more episodes. So if you want to see that, definitely catch it soon because you'll be a VOD person after that, seeing it on YouTube. And then the only other thing that I have to shout out is Neon Lights Roleplay is doing a list of shout outs for Black creators during Black History Month. We just sent out a forum for that on our Twitter yesterday. We sent it out yesterday. So definitely fill that out if you have any Black creators in the space that you would like to see shouted out. Definitely share it with your friends. But that is all I have.
And M, where can we find you? What do you do?
It's me, your boy M. I'm McBoots42 most everywhere on the web. You can keep an eye out for the next Draw for Charity fundraising event. We'll be raising money for the Amazing World Builders charity on February 17th. It'll be a 48-hour straight event. So definitely stay tuned. You can follow them on Twitter at CharityDraw4, and it's the number 4, or on the website draw4charity.org. And you can be notified when we go live for that event if you follow us on Twitch. So see you there.
Sounds good. And if you've made it this far, you probably already know who I am. But if you don't, hey Acorns, what's up? It's me, your buddy, your pal, your friend, the Indoor Adventurer, the showrunner here at twitch.tv/Indoor Adventures. We do shows like this on Monday and Saturday at 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Or if you want to check out another game that I'm in, head on over to twitch.tv/LBHack'emUp tomorrow evening at 5:30 p.m. I'm going to be featured in a Monster of the Week mini-series. It is called Night School, where we are all playing a bunch of college-age kids who might be in over our heads. I'm the expert playbook, and I'm very excited. But with that being said, that is our show for the evening. So I'd like to say once again, thank you to Lex for running this absolutely incredible game. Thank you to these players for putting up with our bullshit once again this week. And we'll see all of you guys next time. All right, everybody. Bye-bye.